This is Snake. Can you hear me? Good. The mission is simple. Put your geek pants on and infiltrate Foxhound. If you need backup, contact Ken and Chris on their codec frequency. Ready? Snake out.
And there it is. There it is.
I'm trying to make up for being 10 minutes late because it's my fault that we're 10 minutes late. So you get a big, like...
There was a lot to chat about.
Yeah, but at the same time, I could have been more aware of the time. So
Okay.
all asides and bullshits and what's not. So
I mean, if there was like 10 people there waiting, I would be like, okay, dude, we don't...
Yeah, fair enough.
But the big fat...
0, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all right.
We'll chat it up.
You know, we'll just hammer out shorts like crazy.
Yeah.
And then use this for podcasts, as somebody said in an email.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it is what it is.
This was fun to cut a wallpaper with Cocaine Bear and John Wick. I was like, these two don't go together at all.
And yet it works.
It
works nicely.
Yeah.
Nicely. But it is an interesting split because we've been watching movies like crazy. So we watched Cocaine Bear.
It's like the summer right now.
Yeah, we watched
non-stop.
John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah.
We also watched Dungeons and Dragons. What is it? Honor Among Thieves.
Yep.
And look forward to the Camcast on that one because that one's
going to be coming.
That one's the next one, and then of course
there's so many. The Renfield came out this week. I want to watch that.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch that.
Evil Dead Rise is coming out. I'm going to watch that.
Sorry, which one?
Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, right. Yes.
So much.
It's just
I
crazy.
can't keep up with this.
Absolutely crazy. But also awesome. Like awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
Every
week a good movie.
Real quick though, I will say about Dungeons and Dragons. I just want to real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If I watched that 5 years ago,
yeah,
I probably would have just been. It would have been me like hating on it.
Yeah, you think so?
I'm almost certain I probably would have been.
Why do you think that?
Well, I think it would have been one of those like, are you making a movie of Dungeons and Dragons? And then I'm too good for this shit type of thing. I'm glad that it came out when it did, and I'm glad that like my mindset is just like, yeah, but like
40s Chris is much more mature.
40s, well, it's also 40s Chris is just like it's when you start saying things like it's not for me,
Yeah.
It actually makes it easier for you to now watch things that you normally, like 5 years ago I would have been like, that's not for me. But also like but now I'm just like, it's either for me or it isn't. And if it is, great. If it isn't, also great, but it's also great if it's for you, right?
Yeah.
But like so I think that's like opening up a little bit more freeing, right? Because of course, like you watch the trailer, you know what you're getting. Right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right? So, anyway, I don't want to talk about too much because I really want to talk about that in the Camcast.
Yeah. I'm excited.
In the pocket,
In the pocket.
But Cocaine Bear and John Wick is an interesting mix, I will say.
It is.
But,
I mean, John Wick is a lot like an action movie on cocaine. So they kind of go together.
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
It's 3 hours of nonstop, aggressive, destroy your senses awesomeness.
Yeah. like Michelle said, like towards the end, she was like, it was just all this relentless action.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I never like I was just like, oh yeah, this is so crazy. Like even at actually, you know what? We'll say that. We'll say that.
We'll say
we're gonna. Do we have any Insta questions or anything like that?
We don't have any Insta questions, but I figured we could touch on the many new trailers that have come out.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was my suggestion.
That was your suggestion.
That's mine, yeah.
Because there's been a lot of trailers the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones you've seen.
Okay, so the trailers that I've seen, so I've seen Renfield.
Okay, yep.
Okay, that looks great.
Oh, yeah.
That looks absolutely great.
Yeah.
Although I think it's funny where, like, Cage has gotten to a point where it's turned around. So
it's completely turned around.
His nouveau shamanistic style of acting, shunned him from Hollywood, and then all of a sudden they're just like he's leaned into it now, where it's just part of his character.
Yeah,
and then they've just said, you know what, we like him again as long as he's doing movies like this.
Yeah,
we like him again.
We like him.
You know, and it's like you do remember that he is actually a fucking phenomenal actor, right?
I've always liked Nick Cage.
Like when I went through that, I exiled Nicolas Cage. It was hard because, you know, you're looking at like movie after movie. We're like, this guy is so fucking good.
Yeah.
And these movies are largely good. But then, you know, it's like Bangkok Diaries hit. And I was like, oof. What's happening? I didn't even watch it because the trailer was so god
Once he started growing out his hair,
it's not even growing out his hair.
The bad movie started falling.
It's a wig. It's all wigs. It's like Sam Jackson. He doesn't grow his hair out. It's all wigs. But it was that one. It was Next.
Next, yeah.
Next was right away when I saw Next. I was like, oh gosh, Nick, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It started falling off real quick. About 2008. I think the last movie he did that went to the theater was Ghost Rider 2.
Ghost Rider 2 went to theater?
Yeah.
Oh, it did go to theater.
It did.
Well, what was it? Was it The Wicker Man and then Ghost Rider 2?
Wicker Man was before that. It was like 2005. So that was...
Bees!
The Bees!
Oh, God!
So that was like on the way towards Ghost Rider 2.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. He was leading into it. Imagine if he did The Wicker Man now.
Oh, actually, no. He did Ghost Rider 2, did a few direct-to-video things.
Right.
Then he came back into Kick-Ass.
Right, I forgot about Kick-Ass.
He was awesome in Kick-Ass.
Well, yeah, he was awesome in Kick-Ass. Like, especially because the character in the actual book is just like he's more of a Punisher type guy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but I thought the twist of making him like
a fanboy,
like a nerdy fanboy.
Yeah.
But then when he got into costume, he was like Adam West Batman.
Yeah.
With like a killer instinct. But yeah, no, Kick-Ass was awesome. Right. He was great in Kick-Ass.
And then he went back to direct video after that.
Well, I mean, he didn't have much choice. I don't think he did. I don't think there weren't people like kicking down his door and throwing scripts at him, being like, "We need you to do whatever it is that you call acting."
Yeah.
I keep saying nouveau shamanistic because that's what he calls his style of acting, or at least he used to. I don't know if he still does now. This was on the cusp of his like going nuts stage. But anyway,
that was.
But it just got to a point where I was like, I can't watch because it's just like, ugh. Because the movies themselves are also garbage movies. It's not like they were good movies. They just weren't Hollywood enough, right? Yeah. And he was just hitting string after like indie hit after indie hit. No, they were all just shit pile movies. So then it was just like, it's like Bruce Willis too.
Same thing. I understand now why he
but
did
even
it.
Like I exiled him too because it was like I love Bruce Willis. You know, I'll never tell you he's one of the greatest actors of all time. He's on the list of good actors.
Yeah.
You know, like
100%.
he's just, you know.
Yeah.
But like it was one of those where I'm like watching a Bruce Willis movie because it's Bruce Willis. You know, and then eventually it was just like, dude, I'm sorry, I like you. I think you're great, but I can't sit through these shit pile movies after shit pile movies after shit. And then when people say things like, well, this one's really good, and you're like, okay, great.
Cool.
Awesome. I don't care.
And half of those movies, he's in for like 10 minutes.
That's the other part too.
Bruce Willis in, but he's like 10 minutes.
And that's the other part too. And you're like, okay, so this movie's good. Yeah. He's in it for 5, maybe 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I get it now. He's trying to put a bunch of money in the bank, but
yeah. But Redfield looks incredible. I'm still on the fence on if I see that in the theater, but I probably will.
Yeah.
More than likely, I should say. Blue Beetle trailer.
I
told you about that one. That looked great.
That looked awesome.
I
was like, oh, it looks good.
Yes.
It's the DC movie that looks good.
Like a sigh of relief.
Oh, man. But like I said to you, the transformation looks horrifying. I was like,
that's how it should be.
This is so brutal. Like, he's in pain.
Burning up his clothes.
Yeah.
Everything. I was like, oh, that's good. Like, that's how, because like the comic book treated it more like body horror.
Yeah.
You know? They didn't touch upon body horror so much in Young Avengers, or Young Justice, I should say. But then again, he wasn't like a crucial part.
Right,
he was part of the second season, a heavy part of the story. But overall, just like I'm really I'm still really surprised that they went with Blue Beetle as one of the movies that they kept out of the culling.
Yeah, right.
So was Batgirl that bad? Like, as much as I hate to imply that, was it that bad that they couldn't even finish shooting finishing the movie? But Blue Beetle got the
Blue Beetle kind of stands on its own, so it could fit into the new DC.
Which is fair.
Whereas Batgirl was pulling a lot from the Snyderverse.
Which is fair, but Shazam 2 saw the light of day, and it shouldn't have.
No.
And it was like, even in Shazam, they tied it, but they didn't go deep into it. It was like kind of like Aquaman had like a reference to Steppenwolf. Just enough for you to go, oh right, okay, it's after Justice League.
Yeah.
And then, they didn't have to do the Superman cameo.
No.
But anyway, so Blue Beetle looks great. I'm pumped for that. As far as that trailer goes, I'm sold on it.
I'm sold. I don't think I'm going to watch another trailer. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
There's movies that come out like the Marvels.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I got to watch another trailer. But Blue Beetle,
right
off the bat, I was like, I'm watching.
I was in
I'm
for
watching
sure.
that.
I was like, I'm happy. Like, I'm not a huge Blue Beetle fan, especially that version of Blue Beetle.
I really know nothing about Blue Beetle.
All of what I know is from Young Justice and just being like a comic book Wikipedia nerd, right?
Because this version is rather new, right? It was Identity Crisis. Who was
But I mean, like, you've got a young ethnic character.
Yep.
A wicked spin on a legacy character too.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I think it's great. I hope it does really well. I honestly hope it does well enough to justify at least a second, but hopefully a third movie. But we'll see. We'll see.
I hope so.
Renfield, I think, is going to be one of those where it's just going to be bonkers. Like they'll probably do a sequel.
Yeah,
they'll probably do a sequel.
100%.
Depending on how they end it, it'll probably do a sequel.
Yep.
Just because it looks really good.
It was you too that said it's a continuation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Now,
it's so awesome.
There was a theory though that while it is the same Dracula, it's not the same Renfield. He just all of his familiars he calls Renfield.
Really?
That's a theory, but I have a feeling that it's going to be the same Renfield.
That's interesting.
But I like the idea of him like picking up new familiars, and then just because he's a fucking whack job who's been alive forever, he's just like, yeah, Renfield now.
Renfield.
Like, no, my name's No, you're Renfield. You want to live forever and be a vampire? Yeah, I'm Renfield. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Batman can have a half a dozen Robins. Dracula can have a few Renfields.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought, okay, well, that but even still, even if they don't even reference the fact that Renfield died in the original Bram Stoker, okay, it's not meant to be taken seriously.
Well, I mean, it looks like a different time period altogether, so it very much could be a different Renfield.
Yeah,
but it looks awesome. I can't. It
looks great. It looks absolutely great.
I totally forgot it was coming out this week.
So did I. I was like,
I saw today, April 12th. I was like, God, another one. I thought I was gonna get a breather. There's so much,
exactly.
So much coming out.
What else do we got? Speaking of the Marvels, while so I maintain I thought it was a good trailer. I'm intrigued by it, but I forgot to mention this part. I still need to see another trailer to tell me if I'm going to see this in the theater.
Yeah,
because I don't know if I'm going to see it in the theater just yet.
Yeah,
which is I loved what's her name, Ilan Man or whatever, Miss Marvel.
Oh yeah. Yep.
She's great. In fact, when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, right, I forgot she's in this movie. Yeah. Oh my God. She's like, oh, it's Nick Fury. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah. I loved Miss Marvel. So she's hands down the reason I'm most excited.
I also do want to see more of Brie Larson's Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I want to see, I want to see how they handle this ensemble. Like, I know every Marvel movie, they just build to an ensemble cast. So by the third movie, they have their own Avengers team to the point where they have to shoot it in such a way that it doesn't look like Endgame, much like Ant-Man 3. Yeah. Like they said in it, we had to cut scenes because it looked like a lot like Endgame, and it's like, then don't do shit like Endgame.
Yeah, figure something different.
Because then you're gonna have an Avengers team with 5 ant people
Yep.
or wasp people.
Yep.
So they'll grow small, they'll go big, they'll go small. That'll be that section of Avengers, and then it'll be Avengers Super Soldiers.
Yeah.
Avengers Hulk.
Yep.
Avengers Spider-Man.
Iron Avengers.
Avengers Iron Man. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, then it'll be Fantastic Four, and then the X-Men.
Yep.
And then you'll go like, are there bad guys in this movie? So, and I said, like, you know, Avengers is now, it's going to be like, we talked about Avengers versus or DC versus Marvel.
Yeah.
That movie that Gunn is saying is in the works. And I'm like, I don't want to watch it because that's going to be 1 hour. Like, one movie is going to be 5 hours long. Then the second movie is going to be 10 hours long. Because there's so many fucking characters on each side. And then, of course, obviously DC is going to get the short end of the stick because, you know, Marvel could sit there and go, yeah, but how much money do our movies make? There's our giant multi-billion dollar
Superman
penis.
have a win. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's it.
You know, they won't let him have the like Avengers versus DC thing where he's got the shield, the hammer, and he's like the linchpin, you know, and they won't have that scene.
No,
even though that would be incredible.
That would be amazing.
That'd be fucking incredible.
Oh boy,
especially if it was Cavill.
Yeah.
Oh, Cavill with the shield and the hammer.
Yeah. Oh, someone needs to make that edit.
Boof. Yeah, no kidding.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Do
Bacardi and cola. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, but I would watch that as an anime movie.
It should be an animated movie. That'd be
100%.
the easiest way to do it.
100% anime movie.
Especially if
it would
they
be a two-parter.
It has to be a two-parter.
Yeah.
It has to be a two-parter. But if they could do the animation similar to George Perez style, that would be great. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Mark Waid wrote that? Didn't he write that run?
No, it was it wasn't Wade. Fuck, who was it? Was it Johns? No, it wasn't Johns.
It wasn't Johns.
Oh, it was Kurt Busiek.
It was Kurt Busiek, yeah, that's right. Oh, speaking of Mark Waid, sorry to get off topic. So he's gonna be writing like every book in DC. Okay. So he's got a 3-issue miniseries where he teams with Jesus. I just had his name. The artist from The Ultimates.
Oh, Brian Hitch.
Brian Hitch. So he's teaming with Brian Hitch to do a Superman book where Superman finds out that Lex Luthor is dying, and now Superman is going to do whatever he can to try and cure him, to stop him from dying.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mark Waid is also doing a book that spins off of World's Finest, because in the first couple of issues of World's Finest, there was they showed, they frequently show Robin and they frequently show Supergirl.
Yeah.
Because it's set in a distant past, but a nondescript time period. Like, they've included pants on Robin's suit. He's now going to be writing World's Finest Teen Titans.
World's Finest Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw an image of this today.
Yeah. So it's World's Finest, Batman and Superman.
Right.
And then spinning out of that,
Dan Mora's doing the art on that one.
That's right. This one, it's like Emma something or other. I can't remember the last name, but it's got like a Nicolette vibe to it, Nicola Scott vibe to it.
Okay.
But it's like a cross between Chris Samney and Nicola.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, it was the Chris Samney variant I saw.
Yeah,
today.
which awesome.
That looks
awesome.
great.
But yeah, so he's doing that.
Yeah.
Right. He's still. There was another one too. I can't remember. There's a couple other things in the works, but it's just like, plus for a Dick Grayson fan, there's a lot of books now with Dick Grayson.
Wow, man.
In one way, shape, or form.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, you know what? All
of a sudden, there's too much.
Yeah, but you know what? As long as it's good, I don't give a fuck.
Bring it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want to oversaturate with shit, but like that's what killed Deadpool.
Yeah,
like, not every single book was good.
No,
it was almost like they just went, "Hey, I got a pitch for Deadpool," and they were like, "You don't need a pitch, son.
Yeah,
you've got the book.
You got it."
Now, the Teen Titans, it is a miniseries, but based on sales, it could go into an ongoing.
Okay.
So it's planned as a miniseries.
Yeah.
But sales are good. It can go as an ongoing.
Nice.
But I gotta say though, while the artist I think is going to be really, really good for the book, it would have been kind of cool to have Chris Samney do the art.
Yeah.
Because I really like that guy's art.
Mm-hmm.
But I will take this because she's also, I'm not sure of the gender actually, but really good art, really good interiors.
Nicola?
No. It's I'm saying
because I think I know who you're talking about.
It's Emma something. EMA.
Teen Titans. World's finest Teen Titans. Oh, Emanuela Lapacino.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. That could be a guy.
Or it could be non-binary these days.
True.
Yeah, so, but regardless, I think the art is perfect. Like, it does suit it, even though I would have preferred Chris Samney. I'm still like, yep, I'll take it. I'm pumped.
Yeah. Oh, boy. No, female.
Potentially. Could have been an Emmanuel.
From the shoulders up.
Could have been Emmanuel.
Looking good, shoulders up.
Yeah. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah,
I don't really care either. I'm a married man. I don't give a fuck. So
yeah.
Okay, so getting back to trailers. So Miss Marvel or the Marvels.
The Marvels. Yeah.
I need to see more of a trailer as opposed to a teaser.
Yeah.
You know, because like we're past the point where I'm really pumped for a sequel, right? Because there's been so many years in between, right? And Phase 4 really took a lot of the wind out of MCU sales.
It really did.
You know, but I mean, they're on the comeback trail, right? Like we've got Echo, which I'm only watching for Daredevil.
Yeah.
I honestly, that's the only way I was going to watch that.
Yeah.
I liked her character in Hawkeye, but not enough for me to go, yeah, I'll watch another 8 episodes of her story. No. Even if Kingpin was in it. Actually, if Kingpin was in it, I would have watched it.
I'm going to watch all of Echo.
But I'm watching
Echo. As a David Mack fanboy.
Yeah,
which
makes sense. I will say, though, at least going into it, I'm not going to be watching every episode going like, are we going to see Daredevil? Are we going to see Daredevil? No.
Right.
I'm expecting it to be similar to She-Hulk, where it might even be mid, but it'll be more closer to the end, and it'll be like 1, maybe 2 episodes, but then that's it.
Who's the villain in this?
I think it's Kingpin.
Is it Kingpin the whole series?
But I don't know. I don't know.
I like this whole not shooting on my phone where I can just look at
just randomly do it.
Randomly do it.
But then also there's that Spider-Man cartoon.
Yep.
For Daredevil as well.
Yep.
Charlie Cox Daredevil, which I'm, I like the idea of the cartoon just in general, just to see like MCU Peter Parker's early days. Because I was thinking about this.
Don't know.
Because this kind of ties in with my Daredevil stuff. Is like with the MCU Daredevil, I'm intrigued to see, like, even in not necessarily in Echo or the cartoon, but in Born Again, I'm intrigued to see how much of the religious aspect that they'll actually touch upon.
Right.
Because like some writers barely ever touch upon it, right? Like Zdarsky's kind of touched upon it. Like there's a character that may or may not be God or may not be an angel, blah blah blah. But there's not really a lot of overt religious stuff in there. Not that I need it to be.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like that's just such a fundamental part of that character that if you took that away and he was just the blind lawyer by day, blind vigilante by night, still cool. But then you lose out on that other conflict because it's not just Matt in conflict with being a vigilante and a lawyer. It's also in conflict with being a religious, like a Catholic, like an actual, like I go and I do the Stations of the Cross and I do my penance and I actually say, hey, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, that kind of shit. Like he's a practicing Catholic. So it would be like having Peter Parker without Ben's death or Batman, like Thomas and Martha Wayne are alive.
Yeah,
those are core parts of the character that you couldn't have. Like you couldn't have Spider-Man.
There is no Spider-Man without Ben Parker dying.
Exactly.
I mean, and same for Batman.
Right. So like, even though in the MCU they never really like they hint and infer, I look at it like the reason why he became Spider-Man was because he didn't save Ben, and he could have.
Yeah.
and he says it in Civil War, like, when you can do the things that I do and bad things happen and you don't stop it, that's on you.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, yeah, okay, cool. That's part of it. And then the May death just solidified the type of superhero he's going to be.
Right.
Because, like, in No Way Home, like, I mean, we're calling him Iron Man Jr.,
Yeah.
And then in No Way Home, he starts getting to that point where, like, Doctor Strange is saying, like, it's not our problem. And he goes, okay, well, it's not our problem. And May's like, it is our problem. If we can help people, we do it. Remember? And you can see, like, he's kind of lost in where he wants to be. So then when she dies, and it's that whole great power thing, it solidifies the thing that Ben said, because Ben said it too. It wasn't just Ben or Aunt May. It was both of them.
Yep. And
that solidified it. And that's when he went, no, you're right. I have to save everyone. Sure, he needed Toby's Spider-Man to make sure he's there, but
bring him back down to Earth.
But
Yep.
But again, a core tenet of this character, so it'll be interesting to see if how they handle it, right? But I mean, they did it in the movie. There was bits of it in the movie. There was all throughout 3 seasons of Netflix. So I feel like we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be as much. But then again, we're also talking like 18 episodes, right? So who knows?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they stretch that out.
Yes, but like I said, they're on the comeback trail. So we've got like all the Charlie Cox Daredevil Netflix fans are all like, yeah, we're going to be watching things that we would never have watched just because he's in it.
Yeah.
Like I would have watched She-Hulk, and I'm glad I did. Echo, I wouldn't have. Tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man cartoon, I would have checked it out regardless.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Echo, but I still feel like Echo didn't need a TV series.
No, it doesn't.
I
think they just needed more time to hammer out the fine details between D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox and what they wanted to do. So, whatever. What other trailers are out there now?
Secret Invasion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just... I mean, for another 8 hours, I'm gonna need to see a better trailer than that.
Yeah.
It was one of those where I was like, oh,
but
okay.
It's Nick Fury without an eye patch.
Okay, I saw that before.
I know, but that seems like it's a selling feature.
It's not though.
Oh, he's got no eye patch.
Yeah, because he might be a Skrull.
It's hard for me to say that Marvel's on the comeback trail. It really, really is. I really think they threw the wrench into the machine in the 4th volume or phase or whatever.
It's tough because
because I'm at the point now, like phase 1, 2, and 3 were full of movies where I wanted to watch almost every single one. And here we are, phase 5 now, and it's still full of stuff that I'm like, I don't even care to look at it.
Well, I mean, honestly, I do think, though, I think that after Endgame, regardless of COVID, like if COVID never happened, okay, because like I honestly think Phase 4 would have went fairly similar, but I think part of the reason why I honestly think that they didn't really know what the fuck they were going to do.
They didn't.
They were literally.
They were like, oh, this whole Disney Plus thing came into play, and they're like, oh, what are we going to do?
The guy that just came back, he was a big reason for the MCU being built up, right?
Bob Iger, he was, yeah.
And then he went away, and then the new guy came in.
It was like Disney Plus,
and was pushing streaming.
That.
So that's where I look at it and I go, okay, so he didn't know what the fuck was going on, but he wanted to push the streaming service. So then Feige and all their crew had to work around this guy that was like push. Mm-hmm. Now, to be fair, WandaVision is not a movie I would have saw in the theater.
I would have watched that in the theater. I would have watched that.
I don't know. It wouldn't have worked as well as a movie. The premise is a TV show premise.
The first 4 episodes, though, are just really like throwaway episodes when you think about it. That could have been done within a 15-minute span in a movie.
I always forget that you're just this excellent director, writer, editor.
I can't help it. It's in me.
I'm sorry,
it's
man.
in me.
I can't. But all jokes aside,
okay.
I mean, you could obviously.
You could. I mean, you could take all of those and make a movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Captain America.
Yeah, Eternals should have been a TV show.
No. Eternals shouldn't have been made.
Should have been made, but would have worked better as
like,
a TV
no offense
series.
to the actors and everyone that involved with that, but it shouldn't have been made.
No.
Like, I think part of it too was cockiness on the new guy's part. I think he was just like, well, it's Marvel and Disney. We could do whatever the fuck we want. We'll make billions. And there's like every single movie in that phase made money, but not nowhere near close. I think the closest was like Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was the closest to making what it should have made.
Yeah.
Because that should have been $1 billion sequel.
Yeah.
It should have been, you know. I mean, Doctor Strange
blew away expectations.
But it was also one of the few, like, COVID was almost gone, and you could
coming
see
off No Way Home.
It's coming off No Way Home, so it was like, it was perfectly set.
Oh, yeah. It really was.
You know?
Yeah, but then you see, like, Quantumania, and it's like, rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes. And
yeah, although the audience scores through the roof.
Yeah.
The audience scores through the roof.
Like, critics are starting to turn their backs on Marvel and Disney.
But it's kind of mind-blowing because it's like, well, where were you with the fucking Thor Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
Like, because Thor Love and Thunder, in terms of just the movie quality, okay? Not the special effects, but, like, the actual story itself. We've got a way better story in Quantumania than we ever had with Love and Thunder. Okay? And okay, fine, like, it was edited down for two hours, and we thought, okay, it did need some more room to breathe, and we needed to see more things. So if there's a director's cut, I would love to see it just to compare it. But I have a feeling it's going to be similar to, like, Batman v Superman, where, you know, the 3-hour cut is infinitely better than what we saw in the theater.
Yeah.
But it's not like all of a sudden it's this high quality cinematic masterpiece where you're just like, oh my god, this is the greatest movie of all time. You're like, no, it's better than this.
It's better.
You know, like, they fleshed out some stuff.
Yeah.
Because the way they did the editing was still just like, okay. But I mean, you still had you had a really piss poor portrayal of Superman. You had a really piss poor portrayal of Batman. Like, I know they're like, well, he kills in almost every one of his movies. Yeah. Yeah, well. But you don't have to. Just because all the other movies he's killed in or let die doesn't mean you have to. How many people did Matt Reeves' Batman kill? 0. Not one. He didn't kill anyone. In fact, he tried to save bad guys from being killed.
That's true.
So
it's true.
You know.
Yeah. But he's just starting out in that movie. He'll learn to like
yeah.
He'll learn to like
he'll be like, oh, wait, hold on. They stay dead.
I can murder them and they won't come back.
Oh my god.
Brilliant.
I do think they're on a comeback trail because we've got, well, Bob Iger. Is that his name?
Bob Iger.
Yeah, Bob Iger. We have him back. Who's also, like we talked about, going to put, like, obviously more physical versions of these movies are going to come back, which is great.
That's what I'm hoping for. He's talking about it. I hope we see it. Oh, man.
I do think they're on a comeback trail. I do think. Yeah. I do think, especially because they also said they're scaling back their output.
Yeah.
Because that's another part that was ludicrous. Was like, sure, like, we're all locked in our houses and stuff, but we don't all want to watch the same shit over and over again. Because like if you watched WandaVision, you were like, okay, cool. And then you watched Loki, you're like, okay, cool. But then you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and you're like, okay, cool. And the Hawkeye, you're like, okay, cool. Shoulder, I don't know why. But like,
this is a cold shoulder.
There is a bit of sameness to it, though.
There is.
And I think that's the other thing too.
And I was feeling it too. I was absolutely feeling it.
That's it. I think the other part that we're missing out on is that, like, up to phase 3, nobody was saying all these movies are the same. They were talking about a template. There was a Marvel template.
The template was there and everything. Yep.
They said there was a Marvel template, but it was like a Marvel template overlapping a spy thriller.
Yeah.
Or an action thriller. Or, like, Shang-Chi's a prime example.
Shang-Chi's great.
That's a Marvel template over a kung fu wushu movie.
I gotta watch that again.
Yeah,
I really gotta watch that.
You know,
again. Yeah.
that was so buried under all these other movies that it's like, no, that's actually one of the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the better ones, and that's one of those ones where I was like, I should have saw that in the theater. That's a theater movie.
Was our theater open when it came out? I feel like that's the reason why we missed it.
I can't remember. I don't think so. I think. Oh yeah, it might.
It might have been close.
But regardless, that's one of those ones.
I would definitely love to see that on the big screen.
But so Shang-Chi, you could have had in any of the previous phases, and it wouldn't feel out of place.
No.
Whereas it felt out of place here because I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They were just doing whatever.
Something good in amongst the crap.
What is it? A pearl?
Yeah.
In amongst the shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so like I have no issues with the Marvel template.
Yeah.
Because like the Marvel template gave us, the Captain America movies.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 solid movies, template in all 3 of them.
Yep.
The Iron Man movies, okay, Thor movies, same thing, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then once they got rid of the template and then just went doing whatever the fuck, it's like, yeah, you guys rein it in a bit. Rein it in.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. I do feel like they're on the comeback trail. But
I hope you're right.
I want to see more of the Marvels but I am going to be more discerning because I don't feel like I need to see everything. Mm-hmm. So I agree that they still lost me on that aspect. Yeah. Whereas up until Endgame, well, even with Endgame after that, the residual was still just like, yo, we got to watch. But then it was like, nobody knows what the fuck you're doing. Mm-hmm. Like they teased Loki, they teased Kang in Loki 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then we just saw him 3 years later. Mm-hmm. They said, hey, the one above all is coming. And then you're like, okay, cool. And 3 years later, you're like, oh, I see him. And then they killed him. Spoilers. And then you're like, okay. And now we don't really know because there's that back and forth about whether or not he did do the things that he was, but we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. Jonathan Majors might be in prison. That whole thing.
Well, his lawyer seemed pretty certain that they had videographic evidence that he was clear, like he was innocent.
Well, good.
But
good.
But anyway.
So yeah.
Other than that, what other trailers were there? Oh, you mentioned the Continental, which I didn't see yet.
Continental came out. It was like it's 1 minute. It just shows flashes. Takes place in the 70s. It's pretty much all it shows.
Oh, so then is it still Ian McShane?
I think he's going to be narrating it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You said the 70s.
I think he's going to be narrating it. And it's only a 3-episode miniseries.
Well, I mean, they got to see viewership.
Which is awesome. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Because then you get an ending.
Yeah, I think and it might even it'd be interesting to see how they build up like the Continental, but also the lore too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because like I still say, like, John Wick without all that lore would still have been a cool movie, but it would have been still like the action sequences still would have carried it.
Yeah. But
those extra little bits of story where you're just like, wait, hold on. When the cop's just like, hey, you working again? Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, Jimmy. You're like, what? And then they call in for delivery, and it's the cleanup crew.
Yeah.
And he's paying him with gold coins. You're like, what is going on here? This is interesting. And then he goes to the Continental, and it's just like, hey, the only rule is no business done on the Continental grounds. And you're like, So then, but you remove all that, it's still an awesome movie.
Yep.
I'd guarantee you that I would have been like, oh, fuck, we gotta watch this movie all the time because it's fucking crazy. But that extra bit of lore separated it from everything else, even more so than the fight scenes themselves.
100%. 100%. It's its own thing.
But yeah, so Marvel, yeah, I think so. Continental, okay, Continental in the 70s, I think is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
but I do agree. 3-part miniseries, I think, is fine because then if it does well, they can do another 3-part miniseries set in the 80s or whatever the case may be, and then just kind of go from there. But I like the idea of them having just almost like a finite story, even though we're also talking about the Kane Chronicles or whatever the fuck they're going to call it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, could like, do they need to say John Wick presents Kane?
Oh, Ballerina doesn't have that.
But also Ballerina, while it's not the same company though.
It is.
Or sorry, it's not the same production company. It's like the directors do. It's Len Wiseman.
Len Wiseman's directing it. Chad helped write it. Keanu Reeves stars in it.
Oh.
He's actually in it. He's in the cast.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I think it takes place between 3 and 4.
It would have to.
Yeah.
It would have to. But yeah, you're right. Like the Ballerina, they're just telling everybody it's part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're also saying like, yeah, there's certain characters that'll be in it stuff too. But that one's, I'm very intrigued by that one. I think that one's gonna be interesting because like, I mean, it'll be someone else doing a John Wick movie to see how well they can handle it. It's kind of like watching everyone else do a Paul Greengrass Bourne movie.
Right.
Where you're just like, okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
It's Len Wiseman. So you might have John Wick fighting a fighter jet.
Sliding off of it.
On a collapsing overpass.
Yeah. And he'll be like, like slide off of it. Yeah, yeah. Fuck, man, that killed the franchise for me. For those of you that don't know what Kenneth is facetiously referencing, it's Lethal Weapon. It's A Good Day to Die Hard.
No, it's Live Free or Die
Hard.
Hard.
Live Free or Die Hard. That's right. That's right.
Good Day to Die
Hard is the fourth one or the fifth one.
That's your Jay Courtney masterpiece.
And I watched 15 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Ugh, God, just the Superman take with Bruce Willis's everyman character killed it for me. He was sliding off the side of a fighter jet.
Yeah.
You're right. Over a crumbling overpass. Like,
yeah.
Fuck right off.
Yeah. And I still enjoyed it.
I would have enjoyed it if it wasn't a Die Hard movie, honestly.
Fair enough.
If it was any other like John or Bruce Willis action flick
of
that time period, he could have been like any other character. The background could have been exactly the same. He could have been a fucking New York cop who traveled to LA, who traveled to all this other shit. You just
everyone's like, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, but and he's just like, no, I'm not John McClane.
Yeah,
no, I know him. He's a great guy. I'm Bob, not Clean. I don't know. But
Yippee-ki-yay, son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But like, what? Actually, I'd probably also just enjoy just to be like, because that'd be fucking funny.
That'd be funny.
Like everyone's just like, are you sure you're not John McClane? He's like, no, because John McClane says yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yes.
I say chit-chit-charoo, douchebags, and it's totally different. You know?
So different.
You know, does John McClane say things like, you know what, it really is a good day to die hard?
Yeah.
No, but I do. I say that stuff all the time.
I'm Mick Johnson.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Anyway, or no, he'd be Mac Lane.
Mac Lane.
That's so stupid. So stupid. But anyway, okay, all right. So
yeah.
Other than that,
other than that, the Penguin trailer came out today, which people should check out.
I'll check it out, even though I don't really care.
What is interesting though is I thought it was a prequel to the Batman, showing the.
Wait, it's not.
The way the word in the trailer it says, the Batman saga continues, and for it to say that, it makes me think it's after the Batman.
Unless they're using like the Batman as the umbrella for all this other shit.
Yeah, maybe, but it's a strange wording.
Okay, well, I will. I'll check it out.
I don't know. Looks like a fucking mob show.
Oh yeah, so you don't no. I don't like The Dark Knight because it's a mob movie. It's like, what the fuck did you think it was gonna be?
Yeah.
It's about a dude in a bat costume fighting criminals. They can't all be the Joker.
You know what I really, really want to see is a Batman relaunch with Carmine Falcone. We really need more of those.
Yeah, Sal Maroni.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Carmine Falcone, yeah.
That guy's been in more fucking Batman movies than like Clayface and all these others.
He's been in more Batman movies
Killer Croc
than he has been in Batman comic books.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
In fact, Okay, like isn't Falcone? Wasn't he in the Jeff Loeb's Catwoman Win in Rome or whatever book?
Maybe,
because, like in the movie in the Batman where they hint that he might be her father.
Yep.
That's where they bring it up. I'm pretty sure. Or was it Darwin Cook? I think it might have been Darwin Cook actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, his run, yeah. Man, he was a great artist.
Oh yeah, great artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall, movies are just fuck man, just
fuck man, indeed.
Tons of fucking movies.
Like this is April now, so April's packed with movies again, and now we're getting to May, which is summer season. So
yeah, we're on the cusp.
It hasn't let go since January. Right from January, I've been watching movies.
But it's funny too because like some movies are doing better than others. Like you wouldn't have thought. Like 65 didn't do that well. It's already streaming.
Yeah, it didn't do well. Cocaine Bear did decent, but it's already out too.
Well, Cocaine Bear did, and we'll talk about the profits and the budget or whatever. But Cocaine Bear did about as good as I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Violent Night, where it was just like as long as it makes enough to justify a sequel. Because, like, especially with Violent Night, I'm so glad it's got a sequel.
Oh, man.
Man, I'm so glad.
I'm pumped.
Cocaine Bear,
so pumped.
I don't necessarily think, like, it needs a sequel, but obviously, if it does well enough, it'll get a sequel.
Yeah.
You know? Because, I mean, that bear's still out there. And
with babies.
And it's got a taste for cocaine, so...
Sequel, Cocaine Cubs.
Cocaine Cubs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know what'll happen is now it'll revert into like tropes, right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
one of the other crime bosses finds out that the cocaine bear, killed one of his top lieutenants, and so technically the bear owes him whatever 40 million, whatever the money is. So now he's got to go kill that bear. Well, he kills the bear, but the cubs, they see who kills him, and now they're out for revenge and cocaine. Mostly cocaine. It'll be cocaine and revenge.
I like it.
They can go bonkers.
You just wrote it.
They can go bonkers.
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Elizabeth Banks.
Listen,
I know he's a man, but
yeah,
it's a good idea.
Well, hey, that was largely
it's a good idea.
90% men in that cast. Was there like 3 females?
I'm never gonna let up.
I don't know why I'm saying
Charlie's Angels failed because men wouldn't watch it.
The irony is, I did watch it, and it failed because it wasn't that good.
It was not good.
Okay, and I'm not trying to make it seem like the original Charlie's Angels were like cinematic. Like
they're not.
They're bullshit.
Not even the TV series.
They're bullshit fucking movies.
Yeah.
Like they're just bullshit fucking popcorn movies. But they knew they were bullshit fucking popcorn movies.
Exactly.
Like everyone involved in it knew, hey, this is just for fun.
Yep.
And if we make a ton of money, awesome. But you know, it doesn't have to be anything serious.
Yep.
This one, it seemed like they tried to make it a little bit more serious. When it's like, yeah, but the original show was like bullshit.
Yeah.
The movie's bullshit. I think they did another reboot show too. Bullshit. Like fuck, man.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, like, to be fair, like the actress did a great job. The story was okay. Like it was all right. Yep. I think it would have been done better had Elizabeth Banks not sit there and be like, fuck guys, this is for women. Because that's the other part too. Like,
yeah, that was the whole.
It wasn't just that part. It was before the movie came out. She was like, ladies, watch this movie. It's just for ladies.
Yeah.
No guys at all. And then when nobody watched it, she's like, it's because guys don't watch women movies. They're like, no, you told us not to watch it.
If you're making a movie about strong women, why would you call it Charlie's Angels?
No, I don't even fucking care about that. No, Charlie's Angels is a great property. It's a great name.
Yeah.
Okay? But what you do is you look at other movies, like you look at Atomic Blonde. Okay?
Yeah.
Look at that. Now you maybe marry that style of cinematography and fight choreography with the original Charlie's Angels movies, where it's like kind of jokey, feel good, ha 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 ha, doesn't take it too self seriously, but also kind of seriously, just enough. It's not hard.
You make it so easy.
I tried.
I forgot that you were this really good writer and director. Yeah.
Not an editor, though. Not an editor. That's not at all. Okay. All right. So as far as trailers go, like, this is a great year for movies.
Yep.
For consuming the content.
So much coming up.
It's not good for my wallet.
So much coming out. Still gotta watch Super Mario.
That's right. Yeah, still gotta watch
There's
Super Mario.
a lot of movies.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And crazy how good it did.
I fucking
almost
loving
400 million opening weekend.
I'm loving it. 356 million smashed the previous record by Frozen 2. By Frozen 2, no less. It smashed it. And all the while, people were, keyboard warriors were like, this fucking movie fucking blows. Like, woke garbage. Sorry, Mom, I'll be there for supper. Just give me a fucking minute. I'm hating a movie I'm never going to watch anyway. Yeah. A movie that...
Good job, guys. It'll be at $1 billion next weekend.
So if I remember correctly, the Nintendo Entertainment System was largely made for kids.
It was.
Okay.
It was.
And Mario smashed and became a smash success in a game geared for children.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now those kids grew up and, of course, continued to buy consoles and bought games.
Yeah.
But I've never played a Mario game. Never played a Mario game and went, this is totally meant for adults. Super Mario RPG is also one of my favorite RPGs of all time. And even then, it's for kids.
For kids.
It's totally for kids.
Every single one's rated E for everyone. There isn't no T or M rated Mario game.
No.
Don't get me wrong. That'd be pretty fun.
It'd be interesting if they pull it off good.
T rated Luigi's Mansion? Badass.
Yeah, but okay, and that's so again, like we get back to that situation where it's like, okay, but it's not for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That trailer sold me on that movie.
Yep.
I was prepared to be like, okay, I'm probably not going to like this movie. Even though Seth Rogen was involved, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good.
No.
Or that I'm going to like it or whatever. Because he was also heavily involved in the Green Hornet, and that was a trash bag.
Wow, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, of course he did, because it's fucking garbage. Christoph Waltz is in that movie.
He is.
And he's awesome in that movie.
Well, he usually is.
But it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's fucking garbage. Right? But anyway.
Man, I forgot about that.
But yeah, exactly. He was all over that movie. It sucked.
Who played Kato in that?
I can't remember. But just some Asian dude that I don't think did anything after that.
No?
I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Interesting.
But anyway, but then I saw that trailer and I was like, oh, fuck, man, that's awesome. And I love that, like, you and I and Will were talking about it. It's like, yeah, you forget that they're actually, like, teenagers.
Yeah.
So when they sound like teenagers in this, not like adults saying, like, tubular.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they sounded like they were young.
It throws you off a little and you're like, but wait a minute, they're teenagers.
Yeah. Can't wait for people to shit all over that movie. The April O'Neil is fat and black. It's like, yeah, well, people are fat and
PH
black.
fat.
Well, I look at the way she's drawn. She's not drawn thin.
No.
And I'm not even gonna say PH fat. She's fat.
I have no problem with April being black. I have an issue with every single fictional redhead getting erased. Notice that?
But gingers don't have a soul. Remember?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'm just
kidding. True.
No, actually, my only qualm about that is Afro Splinter.
Right?
That's
Jackie Chan. I thought it'd be like Samuel L. Jackson or something when I saw the afro.
Who's racist now, asshole?
I know.
But still, that's the one part where I'm like,
oh fuck.
Like, can we explain the afro?
I hope they explain it. I hope like the boys did it while he was sleeping or something.
Or maybe he was like, he's just a product of the 70s or whatever. Or he, like, when they were growing up in the sewers, he found like some 70s TV shows or something and was like, oh, I really like that. just
if that's what they do, oh man, that'll be so awesome. That would be so great.
Prime example, it's like, so, ultimately 90% of the shit we talk about is for kids.
Yeah.
The cartoons, the comic books, the comic book movies, like, Yeah, they're made with the 30, like the older comic book guys in mind, because they know that they're going to go see that.
Yep.
But 90% of that is for the kids, because, well, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
You know, because not every 35, 40-year-old dude is going to be also buy all the toys, all the shirts, all the, you know, whatever, right? Because you're probably already doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They want that young money to come back in and keep. Same with wrestling.
Yep.
Say what you will, it's still for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So even like when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go PG," and everyone's like, "Boo!" It's like, okay, but
yeah,
they already got your money.
Remember, you were a kid when you started watching this.
Yeah, exactly. You watch the Attitude Era now, it's a little bit different. It hits differently.
Oh, a lot of it's probably super cringeworthy.
Yeah. But a lot of it is just you going like, I remember loving this.
I remember even growing up during the Attitude Era, thinking a lot of it was cringeworthy.
Because it was.
Yeah.
choppy, your pee-pee.
The way they treated women, for one thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to have a lingerie match in a tub of Jell-O tonight. Mm-hmm. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus
and it's
Christ.
for nothing. Like, it's absolutely for nothing.
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah. So Ninja Turtles is coming out.
Yep. That's fantastic.
We've been talking about Mission Impossible, Dune 2, like all this fucking shit. Like, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get harder and harder to be like, well, no, honey, I have to go see this movie. Why? Didn't you just see a movie last week? I did. I did, but I mean, I gotta. Can we talk about later? I already bought the tickets.
To the point now where, like, I said, Adrian, I go to the movies tonight, and she's like, okay. She knows. Yeah. I told her, I'm like, there's a lot of movies coming out, and that usually means Ken's going to the movies.
Well, I've already sat there and said, like I'm going to be seeing a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what the fuck was it? Oh, shit. I think I even said, I think The Marvels. I think The Marvels is one of those ones I think I'm probably going to see that in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure I'm seeing that in the theater. I've already said, like, I'm obviously watching The Flash in the theater, which blows my mind. I'm watching that in the theater. It was, it's just, you know, and then it's just like all these other fucking movies where you're just like, Renfield, I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to see that.
Well, it's also like, I'm never taking going to the movies for granted again. Because it was taken away from us for over a year. And that's like the one thing I really enjoy doing, that I enjoy my entire life doing that.
I didn't realize how much I missed it.
Yeah.
You know, until it was like, because you're right, like we took it for granted. Like, the last fucking movie we saw in the theater was Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah.
3 for Life.
And I had to watch Godzilla vs. Kong on my TV.
No kidding.
Home. You know how mad that made me?
No kidding.
I had to watch it at home on my TV.
Oh my god.
Like, frick.
Oh.
So I'm never taking it for granted again.
Oh yeah, no. When the
movie comes on, I want to see it. I'm gonna go now.
When we went and saw the movie in the theater for the first time in like over a year, was it the Suicide Squad? That might have been the first one.
New Mutants?
No, New Mutants. But I didn't see that in the theater.
You didn't see it in the theater.
No.
It might have been Suicide Squad because there was that one period where they opened it up in the summer for a few months, and then they shut it down again.
Yeah. I think it might
Suicide Squad was in that period.
Yeah, and I remember just being like, "Oh yeah, I forgot how much." Like, because it's not just watching the movie, but it's also the atmosphere. Like, you go to the theater.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a night out. You go to the theater, you smell the popcorn, whether you eat or not. You smell the popcorn. You know, things change. Now you can drink beer.
Yeah.
You know,
now you drink beer.
You know what I mean? And then it's like sitting in the seats, and I still love that you prepay for the seats. You pick your spots or whatever. If you really want to get crazy, you can actually book 2 empty seats around you, so that way no one's near you. Shit like that. And then just like sitting down, watching the movie like you're a fucking kid again.
Yeah. Like, you imagine watching No Way Home without that audience? Like, the audience around you, and same with Endgame, like the audience reactions, it's an event. You know, this is something. It's something I'm going to remember for my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to remember Endgame and No Way Home.
To watch Endgame, or like we'll say leave it with No Way Home. To watch No Way Home on the TV without the theater, would have sucked. Like, it would have been great. Like,
I still would have loved it.
It's an amazing movie, but it wouldn't have been the same. You know. So yeah, no, 100%. Like,
I mean, we all felt uncomfortable. We're in mass. We're jam packed in this crowd. But once the
No
movie
Way
started,
Home. Yeah,
I let go of all that. I was so into it.
I was uncomfortable in the Suicide Squad because it was like the new normal.
Yeah,
I was uncomfortable in there, but then after it got rolling, plus it wasn't that busy, so it wasn't like packed or whatever. But like, oh man, fuck, what was it? There was one movie that Michelle and I went and saw, and I remember thinking, like, yeah, it won't be that packed or whatever. And then we watched it, and it was packed, and I remember just being like, oh fuck. But like, you know, you're wearing the mask or whatever, so it's not that bad. It's not as uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I remember the first one that we watched, you and I. I think it was, it might have been Violent Night, where we didn't wear masks. And we were seeing it off to the side because you were like, yeah, nobody comes over here. And then literally right when the movie starts, two dudes sat right behind us. And I was like, fuck right off.
Right behind us.
But luckily they didn't breathe too heavily. So I was like, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, I agree. Don't take it for granted.
Don't take it for granted.
But also don't get slutty with it too either.
Don't get slutty with it?
Don't get slutty with it either. Like, just because the movie's in the theater doesn't mean you have to see it in the theater.
I like getting slutty with it, though. I actually almost had that moment of getting slutty because that new movie came out. I can't remember the title of it.
I should have seen 65 in the theater, though. That's one I missed out on.
Yeah.
I should have seen that in the theater.
Yeah, I loved it.
It looked awesome.
I loved it.
But
and people shitting on it, and I'm like, what did you expect? It's literally a guy falling on a planet with dinosaurs, and that's what you get. Were you expecting some kind of master class in filmmaking?
Well, even if it was a master class in filmmaking, it sounds like they already were like, ugh.
Yeah, they were hating on it before they even went in.
Yeah, so
drives me nuts. Drives me nuts.
Anyway, all right. Do you have anything else?
I got nothing else, buddy.
All right. Okay. So now let's get to the cinematic masterpiece. Mm-hmm. That is Cocaine Bear.
Coconut Bear.
I thought I said Cocaine Bear.
You did.
Okay. So it was directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Yes.
Written by Jimmy Warden. Mm-hmm. Starring Kerry Russell, which I didn't know.
I love Kerry Russell.
She plays Sari. Alden Heronwright as Eddie.
Yep.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. as David, who looks a lot like Ice Cube.
Weird.
Yeah. Ray Liotta as Sid. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. as Bob. Brooklyn Prince as Dee Dee. Christian Convery as Henry, Margot Martindale as Ranger Liz. And for anyone that's unfamiliar with her, she played a pretty good role in classic TV show from Netflix, BoJack Horseman. We've got Jesse Tyler Ferguson as Peter. Yes, it's that guy from Modern Family.
It's him.
Christopher Hifyu as Olaf. Hannah Hoekstra as Elsa. Ayula Smart as Officer Reba. Aaron Holiday as Kid Stash, J.B. Moore as Vest, Leo Hanna as Ponytail, Kim as Beth, Scott Seiss as Tom, and Matthew Rice as Andrew Thornton. Now, it is loosely inspired by the events surrounding a 175-pound American black bear that died after ingesting a duffel bag full of cocaine in December 1985.
Yep.
Yeah, so obviously, like, we talked about this when this movie was coming out, like, in that Master of the Universe thing, I was literally like, I can't believe it took this long to get a movie going, because, like, I heard about this, like, I want to say 10, maybe even 20 years ago,
yeah,
and it was just that meme where it was just, like, for, like, 1 hour, that guy was the top of the food chain, and you're like, you're right, he would be the apex predator.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is going to stop a black bear coked to the gills? No, nobody actually in this movie.
Nobody.
So, all right. So we've got a budget of, they say, 30 to 35 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is currently sitting at 85.4 million, which means it showed a profit. I don't know how much. I don't know how much, because after with that Sky Captain thing, they do weird things with their fucking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, I mean, is there going to be a sequel? I don't know. It looks like, from what I'm seeing here, nothing is really saying anything about a sequel. But if they do a sequel, Might as well do the premise that I laid out because why not?
It was solid.
Yeah, because I mean, it's also doesn't have to really make that much sense.
No.
You know? So basically, that's the plot. The plot is a bunch of drug dealers lose their stash, and a bear finds it.
Yep.
Finds out, like everyone that does cocaine finds out, that it's awesome, and that all they want to do after that is more coke. Very true. Very true. And chaos ensues.
Yeah.
And
pure chaos.
Like,
yeah,
I think if Elizabeth Banks promoted Charlie's Angels like she promoted this movie, where she's just like basically like, this movie is probably going to kill my career.
I loved it. I love that she was doing that.
That was awesome. I was like, where were you 2-3 years ago? You could have said this movie is probably going to kill my career, but everybody should see it. I don't care if you've got a penis or what. You got to see this movie.
Everybody.
Yeah. But
it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
I
had probably the best time at the theater all year watching this.
Dungeons & Dragons for me was the most fun.
Yeah, that one too. That was a lot of fun.
But like this was real close because I was like
I was busting a guy.
I was laughing. I was enjoying it.
Shocked. I was in complete shock at how gory it was.
I don't even know why. Like we didn't think it was going to be that gory. But I guess it was because like we just assumed obviously you'd see like bear attack, bear bite, stuff like that. Yeah. But I agree. I didn't think we'd see like intestines
and faces,
entrails and shit, and like literally like brain splatter, blood splatter, and stuff like that. It was just like whoa, like it was fucking.
Yeah, I loved it, but it was shocking.
Yeah. But it was just a lot of fun. It was one of those movies where you could tell like everybody was in it. They knew the kind of movie they were in. They were gonna be like, yeah, whatever. We'll just fucking
If you sign on to a movie called Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, like fuck.
You kind of got an idea which
Ray Liotta looked awesome in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is his last film.
I think so too. I think
that's a great movie to go out on.
Yeah, like fuck.
Yeah.
Like we talk about we were talking about Nicolas Cage just doing whatever, and Bruce Willis same thing, and Liotta was doing it too.
Oh yeah,
Liotta was doing pretty much whatever, but like you could just tell he probably just looked at the title and was like, no, I don't need to know anymore.
Yeah,
I'm in. They're like, well, you play like a. You don't have to. It's okay. Let me guess. I play a mobster.
Yeah.
Am I right? And you're like, oh shit, Ray Liotta is exactly like that.
And then first day of shooting, he's in the bush. And he's like, what the hell are we doing out here? I thought it was a guy named Bear.
Hey, you already said you were going to do it.
Right into coke.
You tried like, actually, I thought I was the cocaine bear. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I do a lot of cocaine.
The apex predator of the concrete jungle.
I do. I like how it was pretty much hit the ground running too.
Yeah,
like it was.
It really is.
It was like a little bit of set the table.
You get introduced to like characters. These little groups of people. So Carrie Russell and her kid and her kid's friend, and then the park ranger and the guy that's selling
even just right at
Smokey
the beginning,
Bandit.
Right at the beginning, you got the newlyweds.
Yep.
Or not the newlyweds, the soon-to-be newlyweds.
Right. Oh yeah, and that was a great start.
First, they're literally watching this bear just being fucking weird as shit.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like it's on coke and it's fucking hungry. And it's just absurd black comedy all the way through, like ridiculous shit. But yeah, I agree. Like it was. Had I not seen Dungeons and Dragons prior to this, I would have said, Cocaine Bear was the most fun.
Dungeons and Dragons is so fun too.
Oh my god!
Like
honestly, I can't wait for that Camcast.
We watched this, and then we watched Dungeons and Dragons like a week or two after, and it's just like, god damn, this is so great. We're on a great roll with movies.
It was this, and then it was John Wick 4, and then it was like I was surprised how quickly that I'd seen Dungeons and Dragons after John Wick, but it was just like boom, 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 and I was like, holy fuck! But yeah, like. And then of course I'm like, don't slut it out. And Here I am, like, just being a slutty. And
lamenting
the fact that I didn't see 65 in the theater. Fuck. That hurts.
See, I've been going weekly. You took a week off and you missed one.
I know.
Missed one.
I know, I missed one. Fuck, man. It's brutes, as they used to say. But, I mean, everyone in the movie's great. Like, the kids are hilarious.
Kids are so good.
The one kid, the friend there was fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so
He's really funny. He's up in the tree. And then the guy from Modern Family climbs the other tree. He's got coke all over
him, and then he's dead. Or even like at the beginning when they know it's cocaine.
Yeah. And
he's trying to be like, I'm a big shot. He's like, oh, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then they're eating it. And then it's like, oh, my face is numb. And you're like, that's fucking funny. But like even just something as simple as that, where you're just eating it instead of snorting it, you're like, that's fucking holy shit. And of course, like, both kids do it because you have to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, of course.
And then how else do you get away from a cocaine bear? You do cocaine.
You enter his realm.
Yeah, well, fuck, man.
Oh man, yeah, it starts off right away and it's so good.
And even just the little things where like they have to get Sid's son back in the action because the girlfriend died and he's just fucked. Yeah, he's out of his mind, just grieving, and he doesn't even like raise his kid anymore. His kid is with his dad, Sid, and the casting on that was incredible because that guy looked a lot like Ray Liotta.
It was really good casting.
Like if he wasn't Ray Liotta's kid, I'm stunned. I am stunned.
Yeah.
Ice Cube's son. I love that we're both like. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Ice Cube's son.
As soon as he came on, I was like, this dude looks a lot like Ice Cube.
And then of course we Google
this dude sounds a lot like Ice Cube.
Yeah, like everything about this guy tells me he's Ice. And then of course you're like,
it's Ice Cube. He's not Ice Cube. He's actually Ice Cube's son.
But he is. Yeah. He is O'Shea or whatever his name is. But yeah, just like. But even his character I thought was great too, because like he was your stereotypical gangbanger, thug, drug dealer.
Yeah.
Until he wasn't.
Yeah.
And through the course of the movie, that change made sense.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, every one of the characters' arcs made sense.
Yeah.
Even the fucking mustache kid at the end, where he wanted to make sure that there was no cocaine and animals. I was like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Fuck, like people, and they did surprise me with the way that went. Like some of the people that died, I didn't think were gonna die, and then some of the people I thought were gonna die didn't die, and I was like, oh fuck, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of those deaths were horrifying. Like just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, it was just like, oh yeah, her skull's being dragged on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters are like good people. So like you're just like,
that's the other part.
God.
Yeah. But
like, they're getting brutalized.
It's not like your stereotypical, like they're all shitty. So the shitty people die.
Enjoy this greatly.
Yeah. It was just
like, oh, but she was so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the one park ranger, she was a bitch, but she wasn't like a terrible person.
Yeah.
She was just misguided. For some reason, she thought she was going to bang the gayest guy in the. And it's like they never establish, but every guy that character plays, or every character that guy plays
he's gay.
Is gay.
Well, he's also gay in real life.
That doesn't mean anything.
But I mean, like he was like
Neil Patrick
shorts, waving around his smoky.
That was the funniest. Where it was just like, how do you?
Yeah.
Like you probably could get someone.
He showed zero interest in her.
Showed zero interest in women.
Yeah.
Like, because at one point he was also there with Carrie Russell.
Yeah.
And Carrie Russell, it looks like Carrie Russell. Okay, like she's in her 40s, and looks like she's in her fucking late 20s, early 30s. Like,
oh yeah, she's hardly aged.
Yep. Yeah. But he didn't look at her twice.
Nope.
Nope. But overall, like it was exactly what I expected it was going to be, with the exception of the gore. I didn't think the level of gore was going to get to that.
It was surprising. The gore was surprising.
You know, there were parts where I was like, holy crap, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Whereas, like Halloween would have been a prime example where I'd have been like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's expected. I'm not stunned at all by this level of gore.
Mhm.
You know, that I was kind of stunned by. But other than like, but even then, I was still just like, holy fuck, like I want to own it, like physical copy, own it.
Oh yeah,
just so that every once in a while we'll go, you know what, I want to watch Cocaine Bear.
Yep.
I got nothing else to do. Fuck it, I'll just watch Cocaine Bear because it was just a lot of fun. Less than 2 hours, and it was, you know.
Yeah, nice hour-and-a-half movie. Great pace.
Shut your brain off.
Yep.
Have fun. Forget everything.
There's no thinking involved whatsoever.
No.
It's just
The premise is the bear does cocaine and kills people.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
The only
all you need to know.
And the mobster tries to get his money back.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
All these other things. It was just fucking great. Like just absolutely great. Everyone in it was great. I'm glad it made money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad it didn't end Elizabeth Banks' career. You know?
Mm-hmm. And
then we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, if she wants to do another one of these or whatever.
Or maybe have her own like cocaine cinematic universe.
She already said she'll do Cocaine Shark.
You have to.
She's got to do Cocaine Shark now.
If she said she'd do Cocaine Shark, she has to.
Yeah, she's got to do it.
Like, even if that's the one that kills her career, at least she went out with a 1-2 punch. Like, I hit you with Cocaine Bear. I followed up with Cocaine Shark. Yep. You guys didn't want to see Cocaine Bear versus Cocaine Shark, so go fuck yourself.
Oh, man, I want it.
It's ridiculous.
Pretty sure the shark would win, but I still won.
I mean, depending on how do you do it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But, think about this. 20 years ago, there was, like, an influx of bullshit shark movies.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now, you've got the same concept. Bullshit animal attack movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a big budget comeback.
They are.
Like, what the fuck?
Or an even B-movie comeback.
Yeah. Like, holy shit.
I just saw Meth Gators coming out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's gross. That's gross. Because they literally just went like, what about Meth Gators? It's like that constant offshoot bullshit, right?
Yep.
Where it's like... It was like Iron Man, and then there was like Armored Man. And you're like, okay, let me guess. It's Anthony Starr, or start with an E or whatever. Like
Pacific Rim, Atlantic Rim.
Yes, that's right. Atlantic Rim. That was another one. I remember just being like, fuck, you guys aren't even trying. Yeah.
Independence Day of Independence.
Like, all they're looking for is somebody to be like, it said Rim.
We gonna sue us?
It said Rim and it had robots on it. I thought it was Pacific Rim. It's like, well, it clearly says Atlantic Rim, and they're like, I might as well watch it.
Yeah, they'll watch it.
And then they watch it, and that was a pile of shit.
That's bad. I don't want to watch the other one now.
Well,
yeah.
You know. So in conclusion, go watch Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I mean, this is a quickie review, but really, it's not. It is what it is.
Yep.
If you think the premise sounds dumb, don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you think it'd be fun, watch it because it is fun.
Yeah, if you think it's dumb, the movie's not for you.
Yeah. I mean, great soundtrack, too, because it takes place in the 80s.
Soundtrack was
so good.
Soundtrack was killer. Actually, I will say, if you think it's dumb, it is. It is dumb.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, it's a well-written, stupid movie.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But, yeah, if you're expecting, like, highbrow... indie auteur bullshit. No. It's a cocaine bear. He kills people. That's it.
That's it.
That's all.
That's all you need to know. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. 2 fucking what is it? 5 Chris heads like this.
You gave it a 5 Chris head?
Of course.
Hey! Of course. It's hard to get a 5 Chris head.
Actually, these days I think I'm just throwing them out because I'm like, it's movie season.
I do I'm really getting
John Wick 4, 5 Chris heads. Dungeons and Dragons. Easy 5 Chris heads.
Yeah.
There's not one thing that I would have changed at all. Heck, I really want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
It's a perfect movie.
But anyway, okay. So, yes, go see Cocaine, or see, well, at this point, stream it or buy it.
Yeah, it's out.
Do whatever you can.
Do the digital thing. Wait for the physical.
Yep. Yeah,
wait for the physical.
Definitely wait. Do the digital in the meantime, but also get the digital or the physical. Yeah, yes. Definitely get the physical. Push for physical for as long as you possibly can, because if we keep pushing for it, they'll keep making it.
Yep.
And that's what's important. So now we get to
Jonathan Wick the Fourth.
Yeah, Jonathan Wick. Jonathan of the Wicks.
Jonathan of the Wicks.
Chapter 4. Current best movie I've seen all year.
My current as well.
Current. Even though I've said Cocaine Bear was awesome and Dungeons and Dragons was awesome. This is just like awesomer.
Yeah.
This
is awesomer. It really is
awesomer. So right now, this is the one for other movies like Mission Impossible 8 to knock it off its tilt. I don't think Dune 2 will knock any of those movies off because that's a different type of movie. And while I have nothing but belief that I will absolutely love Dune, it's just you're not going to be able to compete with those two.
Yeah.
Especially because this one and Mission Impossible, I was like so pumped, like just. Ooh.
That's really hard to figure out which one's going to be better.
I keep going back to it's two different types of movies.
Yeah.
So they'll both be amazing.
Not
just
gonna be able to do it.
But I think I might be able to. It'll end up being like a 3-way tie because I think I'll just be like, well, John Wick 4 is amazing.
Yep.
And then of course Mission Impossible 7 is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
even with that to be continued ending, amazing. And Dune 2, fucking amazing.
Also to be continued.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also
right. Yeah, because they're doing a Dune 3.
Yeah. Which
is hilarious.
Yeah.
That it went from Dune 1 that we thought for sure that's it.
Yeah.
And then they immediately went, no, Dune 2. I didn't even hear about Dune 3.
Dune 2.
Fuck, man. Okay.
Dune 2.
All right. So, directed by Chad Stahelski. Shocker. Written by Shay Hatten, Michael Finch. Based on characters by Derek Kolstad. Starring, Jesus, that guy that everyone seems to like. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
Reeves. Anyway, John Wick, the professional hitman and assassin who has gained a legendary reputation for his set of skills and is now hunted by the High Table.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of my all-time favorites, Donnie Yen as Kane, a blind High Table assassin, an old friend of John Wick, who is forced out of retirement to kill John Wick to ensure the safety of his daughter. Awesome.
I feel like Chad watched Rogue One and went, wow, Donnie Yen does blind good.
Yeah, and then does blind even better.
Yeah.
Like he just said, I think I could do better. And he did.
He did better.
Chad Stahelski took that guy and made him amazing. Yeah. To the point where he's potentially getting a spin-off movie. Mm-hmm. So, okay. All right.
It.
Then we've got Bill Skarsgård as the Marquis Vincent de Gramont, a powerful member of the High Table whose position is challenged by John Wick. Lawrence Fishburne as the Bowery King, again, a former underground crime boss who is left for dead by the High Table and is now sponsoring John Wick. We've got another one of my favorites, Hiroyuki Sanada is Shimizu Koji, the manager of the Osaka Continental Hotel.
Easily one of my favorites.
And old friend of John Wick. The whole sequence was awesome, but he is easily one of my favorites.
That Okada sequence is hands down the highlight of the film for me. I love the whole movie, but that whole thing in Japan. I wanted a longer fight between Donnie Yen and Hiroyuki too.
So did I, but I would have to say it's a close tie with the overhead shot. That whole
the overhead shot.
That whole sequence
That's straight
is incredible.
Video game. Oh,
but
yeah.
I also really, honestly, I really like the fucking stair scene.
Mm-hmm.
I know that because I saw an interview where it's totally inspired by Buster Keaton.
Yeah.
But like I can see where Michelle would go, oh fuck, because he gets thrown all the way back down.
Yeah.
So I can see why she would go, okay, but like, come on, like how much fucking longer is this movie, right?
Yeah.
But that is also a great sequence. The ending is such a great sequence. Like, oh fuck, it's hard to say. Okay, anyway, I gotta get back to this.
Right, the big list.
Shamier Anderson as Mr. Nobody, the tracker, a bounty hunter pursuing Wick. I thought this was kind of interesting because this is like somebody outside.
It was interesting.
The lore,
yeah,
right, and just sort of muscling his way in and basically saying like, "Hey, I found the guys, so just pay me."
Yeah,
you know. Of course, Lance Reddick as Shadow, the concierge at the Continental Hotel in New York.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. We've got standout Rina Sawayama as Akira, Koji's daughter.
I had no idea she sang the theme song for the movie.
I did not know that either.
That the movie, the end credit music, that's her singing.
Wow.
It's so good. I've listened to that music so much.
Koji's daughter and concierge of the Osaka Continental and might also be a part of the Kane spinoff. Because we're going to deal heavily with spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Adkins
Mm-hmm.
as Killa Harkan, the head of the German table, unrecognizable.
Yeah, he was so good in this.
Fuck, he was great. He was
so
absolutely
good.
great.
He was so good.
I'm gonna save the best for last. They have it in a different order, but I'm gonna turn it around. So we've got Ian McShane as Winston Scott, the manager of the New York Continental Hotel and friend of John Wick. And hold on, I'll do a couple of real quick. Natalia Tena portrays Katya, John Wick's adopted sister, and Marco Zaror portrays Gidi, the right-hand man of the Marquis de Gramont, who, oh god, I spent the whole movie saying, I want that guy to die.
Oh, yeah.
I want that fucking guy.
I was like,
to
I
die.
can't wait to see him
He has to die. Fuck that guy, he has to die. Anyway, and then, saving the best for last, one of my all-time favorites. I don't know who is more favorite on this list. I think it's this one. Clancy Brown as the Harbinger, a high-ranking operative of the High Table. Anytime I see a fucking Highlander in a movie, I immediately perk up. Clancy Brown is incredible because he's one of those guys that's always looked the same way all the way through. So even though he's probably like, what, 97, 98 now? He looks like he's just a grayer version than what he looked like in the first Highlander.
Yeah.
Fucking 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe more than that. No.
Yeah, he's great. Clancy Brown's great.
Oh, man. What's that voice?
Yeah. Oh, he's got the voice.
Oh, that voice. Fuck, man.
He's like
Lex Luthor.
Morgan Freeman of white dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as we know, he's never been a shitty person either.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
But he probably just stays quiet. That's probably the other thing. 'Cause, for some reason, once you get famous, you have to tell everybody. You have to tell everybody you're a shitty person. It's like, no, just keep that to yourself.
Yeah, just shut up, man.
Okay. All right. So John Wick 4 picks up literally after John Wick 3, where John Wick is now trying to take down the High Table.
Yep.
Basically just to essentially kill his way to freedom.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I do like that they kept like they would say like things like, yeah, but what happens after?
Yeah.
Because you're a killer. So, you know, and
it only ends one way.
Yeah, like, okay, so you become free. Then what? Then what do? You live the rest of your life with your dog and do nothing? No, that's not how that works, buddy. That's not you. That's not in you. And I remember thinking to myself, like, it reminded me of the Bourne Ultimatum. And bits of Jason Bourne where they were Jason Bourne. Bits of Jason Bourne where they're like they're like, yeah, but dude, like, you know, you're a killer. You were trained to be a killer, and look at how you're living your life. Like you're basically getting go nuts, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I mean, granted, the way that they handled it in the Jason Bourne was the terrible. but John Wick, like I was saying, like, I liked that they were touching upon that, but then they made me think, what the and I'm the guy that was saying, like, since John Wick 2, I was like, this franchise ends with him dying.
Yeah, how else?
You know, because, and that's ultimately, you're like, yeah, I don't know, but I was like, yeah, but what, like, how else? Like, even if he bought his freedom, right? Well, I mean, look what happened with Kane.
Yep.
He killed his way to freedom.
Mm-hmm.
He got exactly what he wanted. And the terms were agreed. But, you know, Koji's daughter was still alive.
Yep.
And Koji's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. You're dead if I see you. And she hunted him down.
Yep.
So, and that's kind of what I was thinking. So it was just like, for every, 20 guys that John Wick has helped, there's hundreds of lives that he's wrecked just by doing what he did for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, someone's going to come and put a bullet in his head. So does he just hide out in the wilderness and smoke cigarettes for the rest of his days? Not a bad existence.
Yeah, not bad.
As long as you're not in the same region as Cocaine Bear or a Cocaine Shark.
Cocaine Bear versus
Crocodile.
Yep.
But yeah, so I liked that they were talking about that.
Yeah.
I also thought it was kind of interesting how he was leaner in this movie than he was in any of the other movies.
He was really lean.
Like, I was like, oh, he's almost skeletal here. Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But he had to move. He was fast in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking fast in this movie. But oh, man. Oh, fuck.
I also like that he cut his dialogue, like, out of the script completely. He's got, like, 380 words in the whole 3-hour movie.
What does he need to say?
Yeah.
Plus, like, his character was always kind of cool because he didn't speak lots, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they did something similar with the Jason Bourne movies, too, where, like, he said less throughout the movies.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, but, like...
At this point...
Who the fuck is he talking to?
You know what he's about.
Like, and also, like... What does he need? Like, does he have? Hey, by the way, you know, like, it's been years since. No, it's just, hey, I got to do this, and this. Can you help me? No, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
move on.
You know, and also with John Wick, like, it's prime because, well, what? Who the fuck is he talking to aside from Winston and Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah.
And Kane, you know, but his character it's concise. It's not like me, who's a big blowhard who just wants to hear himself speak. It's short and sweet and concise. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it helps to end. It lends more mystery to this character that we still know not a lot about.
Nope.
You know, we know he's a fucking killer.
Yeah.
We know he got out. We know he got out by doing an impossible task. You know, but even then, we didn't know that he got out by having help. By having a marker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was able to live his life with his wife, and then things happened there, and then it spawned the entire franchise. But
yeah,
like, but anyway, yeah, but like, I do like how he's like, yeah, I don't need to say this much because what the fuck was it for?
it would have been
honestly, it would have been an ego stroke if So for a guy like Keanu Reeves, it's not surprising that he was like, Nope.
I got to remember all these fights. I'm not remembering the dialogue to go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
frick. And it's so awesome, too. Like, this is literally half martial arts, like, first half. And then second half is, like, Western.
Well, that's what he said.
It almost feels like this was the fourth and fifth movie together because of the differences.
Stahelski had said that we hadn't minded that, so we went for a samurai vibe.
Yeah.
But we also wanted to do a Western vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think you're right. I think originally 4 was going to be samurai vibe.
Yeah.
And then 5 was going to be Old West, and that they were always going to end on the Old West style, but they smashed it together.
Yeah, perfectly.
Oh, fuck. Did not feel like 3 hours. Although I know they kept saying it was like a 3-hour movie, but I think it was only about 2.5, maybe 2:35.
Yeah, I was probably wrong.
Because when we got out of the theater, Michelle was like, "That wasn't a 3-hour movie," because it officially started. I think it was what we saw it. I think it started. We officially started at like 7 o'clock, and we got out of there like 9:30.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, regardless, movie's awesome.
Oh, it's so damn good.
It's like set piece after set piece after set piece, but it's just fucking incredible. The Osaka, for them to open in Osaka was genius.
Oh.
That Continental, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And then they start like, now he's got more friends that are all just like, dude, you should like, fuck. Man.
And it gave me a little taste of what like Chad's going to do with Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and I'm so excited for it now.
I
hope Sonata's in it too. I hope he gets
so do I
to play the uncle or something,
or even the lead,
anything.
Because the lead in the he almost looks like him.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
he's not like a young buck. He's an older.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, regardless, I still have to break the chains of the Hitman Freelancer to play that, but I can't. I'm in deep with that Freelancer.
Yeah. It's got hooks in you.
It's so bad. It's so like it's awesome. It's so fucking awesome. But it's also like it's like cocaine. I'm like
I got so many I want to play, but I can't get away from this one.
That's right. But anyway, but the Osaka opening there, introducing those characters, just awesome. Plus, anytime I get to see Sonata, like I love him.
Oh, I loved him, but I loved his daughter in this too.
His daughter was awesome too.
That one fucking fight. The guy's crawling up the stairs and she's just going knock him with the knives.
Just that whole fight scene, just picking them apart. Yeah. Just that whole. I was like,
sat forward. She's like, like it was awesome.
It was so good. I loved it too because, like, as a shorter guy, when you see shorter people monkeying around like that, you're just like, oh yeah, fucking right. crawl up his back with those fucking that's all you gotta
awesome.
do. And at the same time, you're like, that's gotta be fucking horrible.
That poor motherfucker.
And he's just like,
that
fuck,
poor
man.
motherfucker.
I just showed up to work. I just happen to work in an industry where this fucking guy's my boss, and now I gotta eat shit because they have to kill this dude.
Oh,
like, fuck.
Man. But then it's the first time we get a good chance to look at Kane, too, and what he's capable of.
That was awesome.
Like, we're just sitting in the corner, just eating noodles.
That was cool. I liked when he started setting up the sensors.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And then their doorbells.
Yeah.
And he's just like, now I know where we are.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh fuck. Like, it was just so good. Mm-hmm. So good. And even just the way he did it, like, I will forever put like Charlie Cox up there. Because like that guy got an award from like the Institute for the Blind.
Yeah. Based
on his portrayal of a blind man. And there was some aspects of that with Kane, like even just the fact that he wasn't looking like right at people, off to the side, like just that, and all these other things, and just the way he would move and stuff like that. But just so good. But of course, the choreography is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah,
like of course the choreography is going to be amazing. Of course the fights are going to be amazing. Like I said to you, like for me, the order now for the story. It's John Wick, John Wick 4, John Wick 3, John Wick 2 and then John Wick 3. But for the action, it's 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, it's just
because they just keep getting better and better and better and better, and you're just like, and that's one of the things I loved about that franchise was like once you saw the second one and you saw how well they expanded upon the action sequences, then you were like, I'll watch this movie until they can make 10 of these.
Yeah.
And if the quality keeps going up, like that's the thing, you trusted them and they kept building upon it. So even in Parabellum, which for me is like the weakest of the stories, I'm still just like, oh, I'll fucking watch that movie though.
Yeah.
Because the fucking fight scenes are incredible.
Oh, they're so fucking good.
The Morocco fight scene, if it was during the day, I probably would have liked it more.
Yeah.
Because it was just so drab at night, right?
Yeah.
And especially when you're coming off Neon Bright Lights, New York, then you go there, then you go back to Neon Bright Lights, New York. You're like, how many we could have had?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you there.
But still, like, oh man, fuck. But Osaka was awesome. Paris was incredible.
Paris was incredible. That car scene, which Keanu was actually driving.
That whole car scene was incredible because I was like. To compare that to the scene in Fallout, Mission Impossible, both are incredible. This one is just holy fucking shit. Because that one, the way they shot it was nuts.
Yeah,
like absolutely
actual
nuts.
Cars driving by and shit.
Yeah,
like
I think with Mission Impossible, I think those were CGI'd in. Where they were shot, it was spliced in.
Yeah.
I don't think that Tom Cruise was doing that, but he might have been because it's Tom Cruise. But either way, like similar sequences. I love Fallout, but I'm sorry, John Wick 4 beats it.
John Wick beats it.
John Wick on that sequence because that's just wow.
Keanu took that car hit. Oh my god! When I read that he actually did all that shit, I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Although, having said that,
please hit me with the car.
He did say like there's a lot of stunts that he specifically said like no. The hand-to-hand stuff. It's all him.
Yeah.
The shooting, it's all him.
Yeah.
Getting hit with a car repeatedly, nope. Yeah. I think he just did that one.
He did that one
because the way it was shot, it was like he kind of had to.
Yeah.
But then after that, he's like, "Nah, bring in my buddy."
Yep.
And I love how he names him too. Like it's Charlie Cox does the same thing. He's like he names his stunt people.
Yeah.
He's just like, he's great. And you're like, fuck, man. Like, it's not hard to be a good person.
It really isn't.
I mean, I guess if you're a piece of shit, then yeah, it would be hard. Like, and I do
this feels wrong.
I do believe that the vast majority of people are good, even Americans. We hear Americans are terrible, but I think the vast majority of people are good. But there are people that are just
the shitty ones just get more airtime.
Yeah, well, because they're always the loudest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
plus, it's hard to not listen to them because you're also just like, Yeah, fuck you. I want to hear what you have to say so I know what the fuck I'm dealing with. Fuck you. Now I know. Go fuck yourself.
Yippers.
But yeah, so we talked about Osaka. Talked about even just the bit with the Charon and destroying, like deconstructing the Continental, destroying that. I was like, holy fuck! Because at the end of the third one, you think it's all back up, but the Marquis is like, fuck you! You helped him. He's like, well, I shot him. He's still alive. You're like, I guess you can't argue with that logic. I mean, you're right. He is.
That's sure. Yeah, the Charon part was just like, aw. But then it's kind of fitting too, because I mean, he actually passed. So
yeah, but and also it's a way to hit Winston where it hurts.
Yeah,
killing Winston, that's one thing.
Yeah,
killing his best friend, that's completely different. That's like, oh fuck, okay, all right. But yeah, that whole sequence was great. It was a good send off too. Like, I'm glad that they had the funeral scene.
Yeah.
And John went to the funeral. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
I actually read like Lance Reddick in an interview where they were like, when he got the role or whatever, and they're like, yeah, so we're thinking like, you play it like this, and he's just like, oh, I think I'm playing it like this, and he's like, his backstory was that the concierge was a horrible person, like he was brutal. And this was his way of atoning, to be in service to them, and I was like, whoa. And they were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do your thing.
And I also think he should speak like this because he's a world traveler. Yeah. And he's a regal type of
Exactly.
character.
He's like, yeah, no, we'll do your thing. Your thing's better.
Everything you're saying.
Do whatever you want. Yeah. You're good. We'll give you a paycheck. It's all good, man.
It's all good. It's all good.
You want to smoke cigarettes? I don't fucking care.
Do what you want, man.
And I like that the group of people as a whole are collaborative, where they're just like, it wasn't everything that Keanu Reeves was saying was taken, but they would hear it and they go, okay, and they would try to work with it, and then vice versa, he would hear it and try to work with it. All of these people, or even like Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen had he said, I got dialogue, and it was just stereotypical Asian dialogue, and he's like, I don't want to say this. Can we do something? Can we make myself different? Like, I want to stand out. I don't want to be like a stereotypical, like, proper Asian person. And they were like, okay, cool. What do you have in mind? And then that's what we got. Yeah. And I was floored at how well his English is.
His English is great.
Like, his English is better than mine.
Yeah. I like,
and that's all I speak.
It's amazing he's on more American films because his English is spot on.
Yeah, and he's another guy too that you're like fuck, he ages really well. He's like the same age as Keanu Reeves. He's 60.
He's 60,
and he's fucking incredible. He leaned out too.
Yeah,
he's typically more muscular.
Yeah,
still fast, still incredible. He's still one of my favorite martial art movie guys. But fuck, man, if they do a Kane movie, I'm in 100%.
Oh, me too.
I just hope that he doesn't have to kill Akira because I really liked your character.
Yeah,
but I also don't want him to die because.
Yeah.
But I mean,
maybe they'll find common ground and they'll team up.
Or he kills her, and I'll be okay with it because ultimately he lived.
Yeah.
I won't be as okay if it's a whole bunch of nameless bad guys that he's just tearing up because fuck. Yeah. The way he held the sword and everything, like holding it like a cane and then holding it like stabbing grip and just using it to tap and stuff. I was like, fuck, man, this is incredible. Or even just his attitude, like when they were in the German high table or whatever, the German club. And he was just like, whatever, I don't care. And they're all these other things are happening, and he's still just kind of hanging out. And it's just like, oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Those clubbers are hardcore.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No fucks given. Hey, that guy's got a mace, like a hatchet in the back of his head. Yeah, but I'm still.
People are getting murdered.
And it's not like a significant distance. Yeah. They could have gotten hit with any stray.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
But I guess if you're in a club like that, like those are one of those like 24/7, you dance all day, all night things. So you're also on shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're not sober dancing 24 hours at all. But even Scott Adkins, like again, if you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't know that was him. I had no clue.
Yeah.
I knew he was in the movie, And I saw it, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And then I was on like the John Wick Reddit, and they were like, yeah, Scott Adkins is a fat suit. And I went, what? Then I went back to that picture, and I'm like, I can like, now I can see it, but
it's hard.
Still,
it's hard.
It's like Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Yeah.
Even knowing that it's him, I'm still just like I can see bits of Colin Farrell, but I'm still just like, holy fuck, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Also, he was hilarious.
He was so funny. He was so funny.
So fucking funny. They had a great fight scene too, and it was awesome because he's in a fat suit and everything.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. Like the story too. Like I like, full disclosure, spoilers. If you haven't seen it, I'm spoiling shit right now. I actually didn't think he was going to. I had a feeling he was going to die. Like I said from the beginning. Once they hit John Wick 2, I was like, it ends when he dies. So I had a feeling he was going to die, but I don't think that John Wick's character knew that it was going to die until he said the loving husband. When they're like, what do you want on your tombstone? And, they all deal with their own thing. And then he goes, loving husband. I'm like, oh, he accepts it now. Mm-hmm. Up until that point, he was like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna live, and I'm gonna do this. And I don't think that he necessarily thought he was gonna die at that point, but he accepted it. I think he accepted the possibility that he could die here.
I still don't think he's dead, though.
Oh, no? Oh, why not?
Right at the very end, right before the credits hit.
Yeah.
And Winston's there with the dog.
And
the dog goes and like turns its head.
Oh yeah, because dogs don't get distracted about anything.
No, yeah, I know, but it's John Wick.
Right. It's not a squirrel or a bird.
No.
Or somebody with food. No, it's John Wick.
Because if it was a bird, they wouldn't have shown the dog react to that. John Wick. John Wick. I guarantee all of you that by the end of the year, John Wick 5 is announced.
I already read reports that the producers were like, we're already trying to figure out how to bring it back.
Yeah.
And you're like, but no.
It was such a great ending.
It was. It was absolutely like, I loved how.
What else can you do besides take on the actual table?
But that's and that's kind of going back to my point. It's like, it has to end with him dying, because either then the fifth one is he decides, okay, even though I'm almost like I'm out. Like, as far as I'm dead.
Yeah.
So I could go live wherever the fuck I want. Obviously shave and maybe get a different haircut or something. Maybe don't wear suits all the time. Change it up enough so that most people wouldn't go, oh, motherfucker looks like John Wick.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure he's dead. But you know what? Just in case, I'll put a bullet in him. Just in case. Right?
Maybe he's a video game designer creating John Wick video games.
Right. He has no idea that
he's
actually creating video games based on him.
Yeah.
Or like a version of him, because even though his character was John Wick 40, 50 years ago, it's a different. Don't watch The Matrix 4.
And Yahya Abdul II or whatever is now the Bowery King.
Yeah. Or TikTok man. Okay, Jason Mantzoukas.
Yep.
Missed him. I would like to see him in this.
I would like to see him.
I love him.
There's some people missing.
Carrie Ann Moss. She was missing. Fuck, she should have been in this movie. But anyway.
Really should have.
Anyway, so John Wick apparently dies in this movie, but it was awesome how he did it.
Yeah.
Took the bullet from Kane, and then it's like, you idiot. He didn't fucking fire.
That was
the
so
Marquis
great.
Like, I'll do it. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to kill him. This is going to be great. It's like, you fucking moron. He didn't even fire. And it's like, wait, what? It's like, oh, shit. I will say, though, I am under the belief that he's dead. Okay?
Okay.
I firmly believe he's dead. Now, having said that, I also firmly believe that the producers are going to do whatever they can, and they're going to put money in front of Chad Stahelski, and they're going to put money in front of Keanu Reeves. And even though Chad said himself, do you have any idea how fucking hard it is to shoot for these movies? I'm running out of places to shoot.
Yeah. Because
they all have to look visually cool, right?
You have to go to space.
Yeah, exactly. And Tom Cruise will beat you. And at that point, you're like, well, fuck, man. What am I going to do, right? And also, John Wick fight scenes in space aren't going to be as cool as you think.
They're not.
No.
It'd be rather slow.
It would be like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But like the actual first movie, that slow motion flip backwards. Ugh, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Oh man.
That's another movie that I was I should have seen in the theater. I couldn't because COVID, but
that was
one of those ones where I was like,
Kombat.
fuck, that would have been nice to see in the theater. That was so cool.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think he's dead. I believe he's dead. The way he went out though, like when he was walking down the stairs, I thought, okay, maybe they might not, and then he starts like dropping the shit. Then I was like, oh yeah, no, he's like, oh yeah, I'll be right there or whatever. And then he sits down on the stairs. I'm like, he's done. It's over. He's dead. But I think that he accepted death as an eventuality at that point.
Yep.
And then he figured, okay, well, we got to get Kane out.
Yep.
So Kane can shoot me. I'll kill the Marquis. And then everything is great. I'm out. He's out. Done and done. And I was like, fuck, what a way to tie that up, though.
Yeah, it really was.
And then the end credit scene, you're like, okay, well, it's not really tied up.
But that overhead shot, though.
Oh, God damn.
I mean, fuck, man.
What's that video game? Fuck.
What did they say it was based off of?
It's something.
Channing Keanu said in an interview.
Nightclub Miami or something like that. Hot Shot Miami or something.
Well, that's what someone asked him what it was like, but it wasn't that one. It was an older game.
Okay, but you know the game I'm talking about.
I know exactly. Hotline Miami.
Yeah, Hotline Miami. I actually wanted to play both of those.
Yeah.
Just because it was one of those where like it seemed kind of like a cool premise. And just the overhead shot. Like
yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, there was an older Nintendo game.
And that's the one that
and it was overhead. It was like an overhead beat 'em up.
Yeah.
But like I'm picturing it and it's like just shitty box art.
Yeah.
But it is also a Nintendo game, right? But anyway, yeah. But
that whole shot was just incredible when the camera just goes like this and then it goes up top. It was just like, holy fuck! And he's got that dragon breath ammo,
so good. But I did like how he wasn't the only one with the bulletproof suit, though.
Yeah,
that's part what I thought was really really cool because it was like yeah, in Parabellum they had the armor at the end, but you're still just like but like the fucking he's the only one that has this suit. Come on now. Yeah. He went to Italy and it was the sommelier with all the shit. And of course they had the tailors and stuff. So it's like they would have access to the suit. So it made sense that all the Marquis guys, all the guys that were going to kill him had this bulletproof suits and stuff. Now, granted, it is a little silly for them to constantly be in gun battles like this. But still, it made sense. And I was like, fuck, man, at least they had that, right?
Yeah.
But the Dragon's Breath though, holy fuck!
Oh man,
holy fuck! And it was perfect because the way they had lit it. So anytime the Dragon's Breath hit, it was like explosion of light and flame and color, and it was just like holy fuck! And you're right, it went from this, and then just went overhead, and it was like holy fuck, man!
And then when you see how they shot that, which is crazy because
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Keanu and the guys he's up against are on different levels. So they had to make sure they were actually aiming at each other, so it looked like they were shooting at each other.
Wow!
But really, he's underneath them, and the other guy's up top.
Wow!
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah,
those fuckers are insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of mushrooms.
A lot of mushrooms.
I guarantee you, Stahelski has done some mushrooms.
He's done some mushrooms.
And the cinematographers as well. Like they've done some things to expand their mind.
Yeah.
To the point where they're just like, we can do anything.
And then they do.
And then they do, yeah.
And they do. And we're left like, what?
Somebody was just like, hey, what about a cocaine bear? No.
No.
That movie's already coming out.
The Cocaine Bear versus John Wick. That's where it's at.
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, I knew I was going to like John Wick 4.
Yeah.
Okay? Hands down, I knew I was going to like it. In fact, I knew I was going to love it.
Yeah.
Okay? Simple as that. Basically, I was going into that movie just being like, how do they end it?
Yeah.
Because prior to this movie, I kept saying, it's like they quietly stopped talking about John Wick 5. And they just said, okay, John Wick 4, and now it's 3 hours long. And, that's that, right? And then, so we were saying, that's probably going to be the last one.
Yeah.
And, of course, Stahelski has said, I don't like to say, this is the last one for sure, but I'll tell you, it probably is because it's getting harder and harder to find places to shoot. Like, do you have any idea how hard it is? Like, because you have to travel, go to these places, find spots, and then from those spots that you found, go, okay, how do we do this? How do we do that? How do we do this? And I'm looking at it, and like, before we got right into it, I'm saying, like, the action sequences, the fourth is the best of the series. They're all awesome, but they all get better and better. And it's like, well, yeah, but like, what do you do now after this?
Yeah.
You had the Osaka fight scene, incredible. And best way to start that movie, too.
Oh, yeah. Like, easily. Or that was like 40 minutes long, that whole shootout.
Yeah, but even just like the initial punch.
Yeah.
I jumped. I was like, what the fuck? And then it's just, and then you see him like punching, and you're like, oh, fuck. Holy fuck, right?
And then Lawrence Fishburne comes doing that whole fucking like Shakespearean like speech.
You got your suit.
Yeah.
But like, that was like the calm before the storm. So Osaka was incredible. Paris was on another level. Like everything about Paris. Like even the lore with Paris. Like I loved the radio host was like, hey, we got these cool tracks. By the way, John Wick's over here.
I did kind of laugh at that though. It was like, just so happens every fucking guy is listening to the station at the same time.
Well, I mean, if you're in an industry where your primary currency is untraceable gold coins and you have bulletproof suits, you're going to be listening to that.
Well, no one listened to the last three movies.
Because it wasn't a part of the last three movies.
Oh, yeah. Also,
Europe does things differently.
If it's in Paris, why is it all English?
The same reason the Russian speakers in Black Widow were English. Because it's fucking stupid, it's bullshit, and it makes no sense.
It's a movie.
I love David Harbour. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm in Russia. I should be speaking Russian. You're right. They should all have been speaking French. Or at least, like, I mean, okay. They don't all have to speak French because the high table apparently is everywhere. But still. I agree the radio host should have been French.
The radio host.
Should have been French.
Yeah.
I mean, we've established that John Wick speaks pretty much every language known to man. So
pretty much.
That's fine. The one thing I will say though is I thought it was kind of funny because like he does nothing to hide himself. Like he's strolling around Paris. Yeah. Like I just got a new suit. Strolling around Paris. Yeah, like they keep upping the amount of money and they keep saying literally like, hey, I saw John Wick at the core of this and this.
Yeah. If one guy would have went up on a roof with a sniper rifle, it would have been over.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's because they already killed Defoe, right? Like,
yeah.
They already killed Willem Dafoe in the first one.
Yeah.
So. But you're right. Like stuff like that, I start going like, yeah, but it's like, why wouldn't a sniper do? Yeah. You get a good enough sniper from a far enough distance.
Bring a grenade launcher. It works.
Yeah.
His jacket won't work against it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He does nothing to protect his head. He has shown that he can't stop bullets like he did in the Matrix. So sniper,
sniper.
But as soon as you have those thoughts, and you go, shut up.
Yeah, you shut up. Now you're picking, right?
Yeah,
like perfect. Now
you're like,
let's really pick this thing apart.
Yeah, because then you're like, yeah, but it's a fucking movie.
Yeah, that's really exactly what it comes down to.
Like if you timed the sequence, like I think it was like. Was 5:51 or whatever. He had to be there for 7:00 in the morning. Yeah. So 6:51, he's at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Goes halfway up. It's thrown all the way down. Then Kane shows up and he's like, John, we gotta get you there. And you're like, okay, well, it's gotta be what, 6:55? If I'm stretching it.
I'm looking at those stairs. I'm like, just climbing those without the fighting would take a while.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
and so then they finally get up there and it's like, doesn't look like he's going to make it. And then of course he does. And you're like, so is it 7:00 or is it 7:05? Like,
yeah, I kind of feel like they let it slide a little.
So I think if you actually time that sequence out, it would have been like 20 after 7 by the time he got there.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever, regardless, it's still movie, right? So
movie time.
I did that one sequence. I went, okay, this is.
Yeah,
we're stretching it.
He got knocked down, loved it. And then he went back up, and then he got knocked down the halfway.
It was the second knockdown.
And I was like, are you serious? Is that the bottom again?
The second knockdown, I did the same thing. I went, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
This is how he loses because They just
because he can't get up a staircase.
Because I mean, obviously, like if you can't kill him, you might as well just fucking delay him.
Yeah.
You know. So the second throwdown, I was like, oh, okay. So when Michelle was like, it felt a little relentless. I was like, yeah, I can see. Like at that point, I can see your argument. Up until that point, I was like, bitch, shut up. There's nothing relentless about this shit. I said, Michelle, please don't speak, is what I said.
Yeah.
My wife, I love what you say.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to hear it.
I must disagree with you on this point, dear.
Yes. Like I've jokingly said, like, bitch, shut up. But it's very rare. Very rare.
Because then you get a stare.
Well, because even in like a joking context, you have to make sure that she's also in that sense where she's okay for you to be like, bitch, please, or whatever.
Yeah. I never call Adrian bitch. I go right the bastard.
Oh, you flip the gender on her.
I flip the gender, and then it's all good.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like nice mustache bastard.
Yeah, no, it's something like
you
that.
Can't, no, because you don't bounce back from
fucking
that
bastard.
Yeah. I like that. What's one else? I'll tell her to go fuck herself quite a bit.
Oh,
that's one I'll do.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you go fuck yourself?
That's bad talk.
Yeah. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
I'm tired. You go fuck yourself.
I'm playing fucking Hitman, fucking freelancer over here. I got other things to do.
You've been playing for years. I'm waiting. I can't get off.
Yeah, it is tough. Honestly, it's tough. But so at the end of the day, John Wick 4. Man,
another two thumbs up.
So they were saying like it's one of the best action movies of all time. Yeah, it is 100% one of the best action movies of all time.
Oh, easily.
Like
easily.
I mean, but to be fair, all three previous were three of the best action movies of all time.
Yeah, they only got better.
Now I will say the one thing for me that I'm actually glad about is I don't own any of the John Wicks.
Oh, so you get a nice sexy box set.
That's right.
Yeah.
I lucked out. I get a fucking box set.
You'd be like, yeah, look my box set.
Oh,
like John Wick 5 coming soon.
As soon as John Wick 5 hits, I'll be like, well, I mean, obviously I'll have to buy it, but fuck you guys.
You sons of bitches.
So budget $100 million.
That's it, eh? Well, yeah, he knows what he's doing when he puts movies together.
Well, and even like as Stahelski said too, he was just like it fucks them up when you're like you do everything under budget because they expect everything to go over budget.
Yeah.
So then when you come back and they're just like, wait, hold on, you did it for $100 million? Like he said, he's got somebody that does the numbers, and they just listen to her. If she says, yeah, it's going to cost this, this, and this, then they go, okay, we won't do it. And so when they come in, so they're expecting like a $250 million budget, and they come in at $1 million, they're like, how the fuck did and you're like, well, and then of course they can afford to just start doing other things, or if they need to, they have a cushion there, right?
Yeah.
So it's currently sitting at $311.9 million.
Holy shit. That's crazy considering how much the first made.
Yeah.
The growth on this series.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what?
No wonder they want to make a fifth.
Fuck it. Well.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So John Wick's original budget. We've done this in our previous John Wick Camcast, but I do like this. So literally 20 to 30 million. So 30 million, it made 86 million.
For number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know what I like though, is that, the budget has increased, but in 4 movies, it only went up to 100 million.
That's impressive.
It's incredible.
Especially considering the length and the stunts and everything in this one.
And the style.
The style.
So now, second one, 40 million. So 10 million more, and it made 174.3 million.
So now Lionsgate's going, here's a fatter payday for number 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, it sounds like it's one of those situations where they were like, we'll give you 200 million. And they were like, okay, cool. And then when they came back and they said, well, we did it for this much, they went, how the fuck could you possibly have done it for anything less than 200 million?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not hard.
It's not hard. All you got to do is rehearse.
And that's what he said. Like
Yeah.
he said, like the first like 6 months are insane because it's constant rehearsals. But then you get in there and you're doing it in 1 or 2, maybe 3 takes.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're like, oh wow, right, yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, the up front is just horrible, like brutal. Okay, so now we get 75 million.
So a 25 mil jump between 3 and 4. That's not bad.
Well, hold on. Sorry, 2 we said was 40 million. So 35 mil. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sorry. And the box office, this is where it gets like smash. Like 327.7 million.
For number
3.
Number 3. And that was the total. And number 4 is about to pass that.
Yeah. It's just under by 11 million, but it also had a higher budget.
Yeah.
By 25.
And it's still in the top 3 every week. So it's golden.
Like Ballerina's coming out June next year. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The pictures look good too. Like of what the hell's her name?
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas.
Ana
de Armas. Yeah.
I immediately was like, when she was a cast with it, I was like, okay, yep. Especially because coming off of No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Just that little bit of her now.
Little scene, yep.
I like her character, I thought was incredible in No Time to Die. I thought it was a breath of fresh air and all this, but how she was moving, I was like, oh, okay. This I could get behind this.
Phrasing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Consensual, get behind this.
That's right. Consensual, get behind this. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That one, but there's also another one from behind where like her feet are actually pointed like the ballerina.
That's actually better.
That's awesome.
Shot. That's a better shot. I didn't think that was her though. You're not, like, is this what you're talking about? Because I don't think that's her.
Yeah, that's her. That's a shot from the movie. That's right from IMDb.
Okay, yeah, but I actually just assumed that that's just from. Oh yeah, it is her.
Yeah.
Look at her calves though. Holy shit.
Why fucking you be on your toes like that?
Oh yeah, no, I know, but
it's crazy.
She didn't have to go that crazy with the because she's an actress, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty I'm pumped about that movie. I'm also, like I said, I'm pumped for the Kane possible spinoff. I hope that they do that.
There's so many spinoff opportunities here.
Yeah.
There really is. Mr. Nobody, I'd watch something else with that guy.
Yeah, you know what? Like, his character was really interesting as just like I said, like as somebody trying to force themselves into that world.
Yes.
Was a very interesting concept where I'm just like, because you're like, well, what do you do? Like how do you keep making the lore cool and exciting and stuff, right? You keep, pulling back more and showing more.
Yep.
But then now you have a regular, not necessarily a regular person, but someone from outside of that whole thing going, no, I'm in. I want to do this.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, but what the fuck can you do? Well, I found your guy. I found John Wick once. Find him again. Plus, he was just really cool. Like, he was just a very interesting.
Yeah,
like,
he really was.
I liked how he looked like a Bowery guy.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He actually was maybe kind of both, like Bowery, but he wants to be part of the high table.
Right.
But fuck that scene when he wanted to show his loyalty.
He's just fucking cutting his hand in half.
Right out. You're like, oh,
I felt that. I felt that.
Oh,
God. I looked at my own hand. I was just like, oh my God, imagine that cut.
Yeah, no, imagine that with no painkillers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nuts.
So Geek Pantsers, if you haven't seen John Wick 4, let's be real. You've seen John Wick 4.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you have to see
Hurry
this
up.
in the theater. You absolutely have to see this in the theater. This is 100% a theater movie. I enjoyed seeing Cocaine Bear in the theater. You don't have to see that in the theater.
No.
You want to watch it on streamer, go ahead and watch it on streamer. But, I mean, especially now because you can't watch it in theater anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't regret seeing it in the theater. But John Wick 4, you absolutely have to see it in the theater. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Because, Yeah, no. Like, it's funny because John Wick, the first one, I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it when it came out, like on. We had like a weekend of free TV. Like,
you didn't watch the first one?
No. And then when I watched that one, I was like, "Holy shit, this is incredible!" So of course, when the second one came out, then it was like, "Yeah, it's theater all the way."
I missed number 2 in the theater.
Ooh, how did that happen?
It came out when I was in BC, and I wasn't watching much at the theater because I couldn't afford it.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah,
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Tough times.
So you just sold fentanyl.
I should have.
But then that means you'd also have to know somebody to buy fentanyl off of.
Right, and I didn't really want to be around those kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the days of selling drugs for profit because you don't do drugs was in your 20s and early 30s.
Yeah.
Now that you're in your actually that you would have been you were mid 30s at that point. Yeah.
I was on the cusp.
But you were also married, though. That's the thing. If you were single, that's also another time to do it. Because you don't want to bring your wife into that kind of shit.
Yeah, what the hell?
Hey, bitch. We're going to be dealing drugs now.
Hey, you dirty bastard.
Yeah.
Go get my fentanyl.
Yeah, go get my fentanyl.
Go get my fentanyl.
I thought you weren't doing it. Well, I am now.
Yeah, I am.
I have to tell you if it's good fentanyl or not. It's really good fentanyl. I don't feel the fucking
I gotta make some money so I can watch John Wick 2.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so if you haven't seen it, see it. But 100% see it in the theater. Like, don't fuck around. See it in the theater.
And if you've seen it and you've seen Cocaine Bear, let us know down below what you thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you're listening to this on podcast or watching it live right now on YouTube. We got one viewer right now.
Oh, hey! Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, let us know what you thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to see John Wick 5 or are you happy with this conclusion?
The reality, here's my take, okay? I wanted to see a 4th Jason Bourne.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And then you did.
And then I saw it. And you know what it is? Because we just, Michelle and I just watched No Way Home recently.
Okay.
It's like that Tom Maguire line where he says, I wanted him dead. I got what I wanted. Or I thought, and I thought that's what I wanted a 4th when they said it. They said everything I wanted to hear. What? Matt Damon? Jason Bourne?
Oh, Paul Greengrass?
Paul Greengrass? Oh my god. But you didn't get Tony Gilroy to do the script. Okay, fine. That's fine. And then I got it.
It's just called Jason Bourne?
That's weird. That was immediately when okay. All right. And then, of course, the promotions were like, you know my name. It's like, I don't know why.
Everyone knows your name. We've been talking about you for a while now, buddy.
And then I got John. Then I got
Then you got it.
And then I got it. And it's the worst.
Yeah.
Not the worst of the series.
I wanted a Matrix 4 forever. Look how that turned out.
I never wanted a Matrix 4. I was like, I'm good. I'm done.
I did.
But
I was a Matrix guy. It took you a while to warm up to the Matrix because you were a Dark City boy.
No. I was a Matrix 2 and Matrix 3 guy. No problems there. It was Matrix 1 that took me a while to get past, to cast off the shackles of Dark City. Still a really good movie.
Oh, absolutely.
And very, very similar. Still very, very similar.
Very similar. Yeah.
It's basically like, it's interesting because it's almost like Tim Burton. It's like a Tim Burton spin on the Matrix.
Yeah.
It very much, but anyway, regardless. But yeah, the hype for Matrix 4 was really good because it was just like, well, Carrie-Anne Moss, Keanu Reeves, they came back.
Yep.
And one of the Wachowski sisters,
one
of the Wachowski siblings came back.
Yep.
So you're like, okay, well, check. I mean, this sounds pretty good. And then, of course, the actual cast themselves. So, like you had What's-His-Face, who was in the Candyman movie, which I still haven't seen yet. But he's a good actor.
He's a really good actor.
I like him in everything I've seen.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got Jessica Henwick. But I'm like...
Right. I love Jessica Henwick.
Man.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're like, you should have done Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Oh, she turned it down for the Matrix.
And I mean, fuck, like, here's in the same situation though. It's like, if that's me, it's like Shang-Chi or the Matrix.
Yeah.
Fucking rights I'm doing the Matrix.
It's the Matrix.
God, that movie hurt. That movie hurt so much.
At least Shang-Chi 2 will be there for her.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Or maybe they can dust off Iron Fist and she can be Iron Fist again, because it was a great way to end off the shit pile it was Iron Fist season. Well, season 2 was better than the first.
Mm-hmm.
First was so bad. Oh, so bad. Iron Fist was so bad. It hurt so bad. Oh my god. But yeah, so getting back to John Wick 5, like, I mean, the other part, though, is they left Jason Bourne alive, though. They imply heavily he's dead here. I know. You're like, oh, the dog.
But the dog.
The dog looked.
The dog went.
The dog went. Oh, it's clearly not. Like, John Wick would go to his own fucking funeral.
He would.
Why? To prove that he's dead?
To go get the dog.
Fuck that shit. They could schedule that at a later date. Fucking make. They schedule
to make sure they put the right thing on the tombstone.
Yeah, so they schedule it so he's hanging out with Bruce Wayne in fucking Italy, like we talked about.
Yeah.
No. But I like, if they sit there and say, well, no, he didn't actually die, it was just a ruse, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna lie, Jason Bourne fucking bit me. Matrix 4 bit me harder.
Mm-hmm,
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, I wanted Jason Bourne 4. I wanted that.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
I even had ideas on how you could do it. I still think you could do it with my ideas. But whatever, fuck it. I didn't know I wanted a Matrix 4 until they made me want a Matrix 4. And I was like, yeah! Matrix 4 is worse than Jason Bourne.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a one and done.
Like,
please erase it from my memory bank.
God, man, that was infuriating watching it at my place.
Yeah.
Both of us just being like,
it was so hard to pay attention to it because it was so bad.
And it was, part of it was us like watching it in first like 5-10 minutes. We're like, okay, okay, and then after the first 10 minutes, we're like, okay, let's see where it goes. And then you and I both were just watching it like, well, I mean, it'll get better, right?
Yep.
I mean, and then it's like, nope, it's terrible.
No. It's
fucking
bad.
terrible.
It's
fucking terrible. So, I personally, I don't want to see a John Wick 5. I feel like there's enough legs in the franchise for the Continental, for possible Kane, but the Ballerina, I think, should do really well. I think so they can keep making money off this franchise without having to go that route.
Yeah.
Unless it's prequel and it's a young John Wick. Not Keanu Reeves, but a young John Wick.
No,
but even then, I'd be like, you know what? I've been bitten pretty hard before, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And why do you say no to a young John Wick? What's wrong with that? Like, imagine seeing the Baba Yaga in like the height of the Baba Yaga stage.
I think Keanu Reeves is a big part of what makes the movie successful, and you remove him from it.
Yeah, true. I mean, there is. I could see that, but I'm gonna offer up this one though, but because like a big part of one of the main reasons why I don't think there's a 5 coming is because Keanu Reeves is not getting any younger.
No.
Okay. And I think if they were gonna do a John Wick 5, they would do a John Wick 5.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have ended it here. They would have done a John Wick 5. They would have said, okay, 4 and 5. And I know that they were originally going to shoot them back to back or at the same time simultaneously, and then they couldn't because of COVID. But I feel like between Chad and Keanu, they went, this is it.
We're good. Chad has so many projects on his plate right now.
And that's the other thing. How does he fit in? Like, even if it's a 5-year window between this one but now Keanu's 65.
Keanu's been doing this for 10 years straight now.
Yeah.
Like,
he's been doing other movies in between, but actually he's really only done Matrix
and a couple little ones here and there.
Yeah, little ones here and there, but like,
not much.
How much longer can he do an action movie? Especially at this level. Because like, I know we talk about like, obviously, like he and Tom Cruise are like two sides of the same coin, except like one's super crazy religious, in their own super crazy religion, and then Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like Tom Cruise isn't a nice guy. From all I've ever heard, he seems like a super nice guy, but there's also a level of insane intensity to him that people are like, there's something about him that you're like, I don't know. You know? And like, I don't like when people say things like, well, you know, it's because he's part of Scientology, and Scientology is like done some horrible things. And it's like, yeah, but every religion,
every religion.
every single religion, okay. Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, if you're gonna say that about Scientology, say that about all of them, and say, hey, you're like Tom Hanks, you're supposed to be the nicest guy ever, but you're a Catholic, and the Catholic Church is doing all this stuff. So, you know, it's like, yeah, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And even if, like, I mean, if we find out Tom Cruise knew the shit, like actually knew firsthand this shit that was going down, that's different.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, regardless. I mean, we've talked about how Mission Impossible 7 and 8 and Maverick seems like him saying he's putting a bow on his action movies. Because, again...
Well, he's wrapping up Mission Impossible. He's got that SpaceX movie that he's going to do. I wouldn't be surprised if that's it.
But but we don't know what type of movie is SpaceX, though. Like, we don't know if that's an action movie or anything.
Might not be action, but it's still him, like, doing a crazy stunt.
Oh, yeah. No, this is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy, but it's a different type of movie, right?
Yeah.
I think Mission Impossible 8 is his last action movie. And we talked about this. I think that's his last action movie. And then he's just going to do the SpaceX movie.
Yeah. And
then from there, I bet you it's just either, like, I bet you it's comedies and dramas or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe even directing. That's weird that he hasn't done more directing.
Exactly. For a guy that loves film as much as he does.
And Keanu's the same way. Like, they
never really... I don't think he's ever directed.
I don't think so either. I said like possibly just because I was like not sure. Maybe he might. Yeah. I don't think he ever has.
No, I think he's always been in front of the camera. But yeah, no, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Or like, you know, stepping back and being like scouting for talent.
Yep.
Because that guy's got an eye for talent.
Oh, big time.
Not just like actors, but directors, writers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fuck, when he gets a guy, he works with that guy. Like Macquarie.
Yeah.
Macquarie was supposed to be a one and done.
Yep.
And then he was just like...
And they're on what? Picture 5 or 6 together?
Well, yeah, because it was Jack Reacher.
The Jack Reachers.
1 and 2. And then it was Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, Fallout. And then, so 6.
And then Maverick, he wrote.
Yep.
Macquarie and produced.
Yep.
So, but then Maverick was Joseph Kosinski, which he did Oblivion with.
Yep.
So there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Another guy. He's like, I like this guy.
Yep.
Keep working with him.
And Oblivion was one of those movies where visually amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Concept was good. It was good. The execution, could have been better, but overall, it was a great movie.
No,
we saw that in the theater, you and I. That was great. I'm glad I saw that in the theater.
I still hold on to hope that he'll make an Edge of Tomorrow sequel before hanging it up for.
I think it's past. I think that's.
I know.
I would have liked to have seen it too, but I think it's past. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so such a good movie.
Oh man, so good. But anyway, so John Wick Chapter 4, incredible.
Yeah.
See it in the theater, and then watch the Ballerina, watch the Continental, Cocaine Bear, watch it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, watch it. That's awesome. We'll talk about that.
We will talk about that soon.
Very soon.
That is a damn good movie. It's fun when it was coming out. I was like, oh, that's going to be a bomb. I felt like it looked, the trailer didn't do much for me. But then I started hearing the reviews. I was like, holy shit.
I saw the trailer and I thought the same thing. I thought, okay, well, this is going to bomb.
Yeah.
But I was like, but it shouldn't because this looks like a lot of fun.
Exactly.
You know, and then I was like selling it. I was like, guys, we should see this.
Yeah.
Watch this trailer. It looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. We should see this. And then we ended up having a mandate, I think they call it.
A mandate, yes. Yeah. Yes. It's fun.
It's a shame that Rock didn't get to go, though.
I know it is.
Fuck. But
made the night way better, though.
Yeah. It's a shame he didn't get to see it, but I'm glad he didn't because he would have hung out with us.
Yeah.
So fuck that guy. Just kidding, Rock. We love you. We love you so much. So, as always, prolonged wrap up. Geek Pants,
Naturally.
Geek Pantsers, we love you. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate the likes, the instant questions, the shares. We appreciate helping our channel grow. Like, we're growing. And
massively.
It's amazing. And we
massively.
love it. We love all the support.
Thank you so much.
So continue watching us on YouTube, especially our shorts, and continue watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitter, and on Instagram, and then hearing us on all the podcasts.
All the podcasts.
Google, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. I never forget SoundCloud because you guys got in on the ground floor. Yep. So, yeah, you guys are incredible. GeekPantsMedia.com. That, check it out, but don't if you don't want to. But check it out because we have a domain name for a reason. So,
check it out. Make the money worth it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. But all in all, thanks again for stopping by with the pocket, because it's all about geek pants and geek shorts and pockets and all that shit. But thank you so much, and keep watching movies, keep watching TV, keep watching cartoons, keep reading comic books, keep doing all the things that make you feel like a human being, because that's what's important. Feeling like a human being,
or don't feel. You're still cool whether you feel or not.
Yeah. Do you remember Feelings? I just started getting feelings again.
What's this weird tingle?
No, that's from It's Always Sunny.
Oh.
And then Max just like, wait, you don't have feelings? I have feelings like every day.
Oh man, I love that show so much.
I fucking love it. It's such a great fucking show. It's so fucking funny. Sometimes on YouTube I just watch clips of like the best of, or like Dennis is a funny guy or stuff like that. And I'm like, oh fuck, this show is just so funny. Like, even when Frank is doing that kids show.
Frank at the water park is the one that does it for me.
Frank at the water park is fucking hilarious. So they tell everybody he's got AIDS.
Yeah. Oh god, I love it so much.
Dry slide.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of the pool. He's got AIDS.
There's blood in the pool.
But I even love it, like when he does the kids show. And then he's like, for some reason, he's just stuck. He's like, well, we got to make a song about how we don't fuck kids. And it's like, no, don't do that, because then they're going to think we're fucking kids. And he's got like the makeup on, and he just looks like everything he's doing to not look like a pedophile makes him look even more like a child rapist. Fuck, man. I don't want to say pedophile because I feel like it lessens the actual act.
Yeah.
So that's why I know you got shocked. Child rapist, what? It's like, well, that's what it is.
What a way to wrap up the episode.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, man.
It is.
Like it's just
5 horrible people.
I have been watching Seinfeld. I'm almost done. I'm like almost in season 7.
I gotta get back into that.
It's fucking great.
Right there.
But again, you're like, these are all shitty.
They're horrible people.
They're all fucking shitty people.
I don't know why watching horrible people so entertaining.
You know what it's because of the way they do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because they're all likable in their own way. It's just like, if they were like, if you knew a guy like Jerry Seinfeld, you wouldn't hang out with him.
Yeah, probably not.
But if you were George Costanza, then you would.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't hang out with him. I would hang out with him. But,
no.
But that's just it.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks, guys. And keep on rocking in the free world. And doot-doodle-doot.
Boop, boop.
Close enough.
Good.
These pancakes are delicious.